en la Champions del Dortmund, ¿eh? Guarda, ¿eh?
Sería un batacazo y sería una locura, la verdad. ¿Te imaginas?
O sea, es una locura que el Real Madrid, que 17 finales ganó 14, y creo que perdió contra el Porto, Liverpool y una final más que no me acuerdo
No,
contra quién se fue
jugó
contra
con
el...
el,
No,
perdió
Benfica.
con el Benfica, con el Liverpool y perdió con el Inter.
Con el Inter, ahí está. Con el Inter, no sé si no era
El
de
tema,
Lenio
el
Herrera.
tema es que, claro, con el Inter de Daniel Herrera y con el Benfica de los 60. O sea, perdió dos a principios de los 60, la del 81 con el clásico del Manchester y después nunca más perdió.
Perdón. ¿Con quién perdió en el 81? Con el clásico del Manchester. No. En todo caso, con el papá del Manchester United, amigo,
Si
en
le
todo
saca
caso.
12 partidos el Manchester United al Liverpool, ¿cómo va a ser el papá?
Amigo, está bien, boludo, pero en la historia, boludo, 6 Champions contra 3,
Y si medimos todos en Champions, ¿por qué el Barça más grande que el Real Madrid?
por muchos argumentos más. En los
Y lo mismo te
clásicos
puedo decir del
también.
United.
¿Qué?
Lo mismo te puedo decir del United.
Está bien, Dago, está bien. Amigo, no se puede comparar. No se puede comparar clubes europeos y ligas europeas, con torneos europeos, con torneos españoles e ingleses, amigo. Es diferente. Yo creo que el legado que dejó el Barça en el fútbol mundial es más que el del Real Madrid. Entonces termina siendo más relevante. Simbólicamente el Barça está por encima del Madrid. En serio te estoy diciendo, amigo. Te estoy diciendo de verdad, no te enojes, boludo. No te enojes, no te enojes.
Cada vez encontrás palabras distintas para argumentar que el Barça es más grande que el Madrid. Es increíble.
Ah, ya voy a encontrar nuevas, amigo.
O
Tranquilo,
sea,
no me puedo rendir.
¿qué significa que simbólicamente sea más grande?
Que, amigo, o sea, en el mundo del fútbol, no todo es ganar. También importa el cómo, el contexto, la forma, el rival, lo que dejás. Vi una frase de Menotti que hace poco tiempo nos dejó, que le preguntaron la frase y él contestaba la frase de yo juego a ganar. ¿Vos existe algo la frase jugar a ganar? ¿Y quién juega a perder, amigo?
Todos juegan a ganar. El tema es que cada uno busca una manera de cómo lograrlo.
Claro. Pero como que para mí la frase jugar a ganar no existe, estamos de acuerdo que no existe esa frase.
Existe porque el jugar a ganar se basa... Todos juegan a ganar. Pero cuando decís yo quiero jugar a ganar, se refiere a que no le importa cómo. Quiere ganar como sea. Y Menotti no buscaba el ganar como sea. Buscaba el ganar con su ideología futbolística. En cambio, capaz otros entrenadores con ganar como sea estaban conformes. A eso se refiere a ganar, jugar a ganar. A decir, no me importa cómo, quiero ganar y listo.
¿Y a vos te importa las formas o te da exactamente igual?
Obviamente me importan las formas. A todo el mundo le importan las formas. A nadie le da exactamente igual. Lo que sí, prefiero ganar jugando mal a perder jugando bien, 100%.
Pero dice que hay gente que firma perder jugando bien.
No sé si lo firma, pero es un debate que se ha hecho y a mí me parece una estupidez. Prefiero ganar antes que cualquier otra cosa. Ahora, si me decís cómo ganar, ahí sí obviamente jugando bien. Tan boludo no voy a ser.
Yo creo que es como que depende de la filosofía del club, por ejemplo, hay diferentes formas de entender la victoria. Yo creo que si el Barça gana los partidos, no voy a decir como el Madrid, porque en esta Champions el Madrid muchos partidos los ganó.
No, pará,
bien,
¿el
pero...
Barça no tuvo muchos partidos ganando por diferencia de un gol en esta temporada?
Sí, hubo como 19 partidos seguidos por ahí.
Bueno, y ahí no estaba jugando bien.
No, y la gente criticaba al Barça que decía, o sea, no sé si criticaba al Barça, pero decían como que el Barça durante tantos partidos ganaba 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. La liga pasada que gana el Barça, la liga pasada que gana el Barça 2-1 y 1-0 era, pero un resultado que se repetía todo el tiempo. Todo el tiempo se repetía. Por eso también Ter Stegen recibió tan poca cantidad de goles. Por eso. Y la gente decía como que el Barça ganaba, pero no convencía, por ejemplo. Para vos en el Madrid, ¿eso pasa? ¿Ganar y no convencer?
Pasa que también es distinto, creo yo. Porque generalmente cuando vos ganás sin convencer, a la larga o a la corta, termina perjudicándote. Claro. El tema es que el Madrid no pierde más, boludo. O sea, le gana, ponele como sea al Leipzig, y después como sea al City, y después como sea al Bayern. Y ahora ya están aspirando a la Champions. Y ya ganó la Liga. Entonces como que Madrid gana como sea, y gana como sea, y gana como sea, y gana, boludo, no para de ganar. Entonces vos no podés decir, no convence, si va a ganar la Champions y la Liga. ¿Entendés lo que te digo?
No, aparte justo esta temporada, amigo, aparte del Madrid, fíjate que no perdieron un partido en Liga, salvo el Atlético de Madrid.
En la temporada perdieron 2 partidos de 50, y los 2 con el mismo entrenador. Respect. Pero te paso una pregunta.
A ver.
Si el Cholo Simeone agarra ahora al Barcelona
Sí.
y dirige la próxima temporada, ¿dónde queda el Barça en Liga?
Probablemente igual que ahora.
¿Segundo?
Sí.
Para mí primero.
Yo no digo que no. Para vos primero. Igual sería totalmente imposible, amigo. Sería imposible que Simeone justo vaya al Barça. Por la forma de jugar de él que tiene, amigo. No creo nunca que acepte Simeone.
Pero ¿no te gustaría ver a Lamine Yamal corriendo al 4 del Elche en el Camp Nou? Ganando 1-0. ¿No te gustaría?
Con 3 centrales terminamos. Sacamos a Pedri, metemos 2 centrales, amigo. Sacamos a Pedri por Íñigo Martínez, sacamos este por otro central. Pero ponele, hay un debate eterno, que es, por ejemplo, para vos el Atlético Madrid, en esa, creo que fue, ¿qué partido fue, Dado? ¿Fue cuarto de final de Champions, semi? Cuando jugó contra el City.
Cuarto de final de Champions, del 2020. En 2022 el Atlético elimina en octavos al United, que en cuartos se queda fuera con el City, exactamente. Bueno, ¿qué pasó ahí?
Que ese partido, el Cholo va con una especie de formación como un 5-4-1, con 3 centrales, 2 carrileros, y va con 3 tipos en el medio de marca y otro más de contención, y era un 5-4-1, Griezmann arriba solo, jugó sin delantero, solamente Griezmann y nada más. Y el partido salió 1-0, lo recagó pelotazo del City, pero 1-0. Y el Cholo parece que fue su plan, ir a encerrarse y bancar el resultado, no comerse más goles. Para vos eso, en tu forma de ver el fútbol, ¿está bien?
Sí.
Por ejemplo.
Sí.
Bueno, pues, hay gente como vos, por ejemplo, que dice, está bien, porque el tipo es especulador y le salió bien.
Te digo por qué para mí está bien.
A ver.
Porque para mí, si ese Atlético de Madrid le salía a jugar de igual a igual al Manchester City en Etihad, era muy probable que pierda 4-0.
Totalmente de acuerdo.
Y pero faltaba el partido de vuelta en la Wanda Metropolitana. Bueno, son maneras distintas de ver el fútbol. Cada uno claro, no está la certeza de saber qué hacer y qué no hacer. Para mí perder 1-0 en la ida con el Manchester City es un resultado firmable, boludo. El City en Etihad es una animalada.
Pero no sentí, yo me acuerdo ese partido de Champions, boludo, que el Cholo deja fuera al Liverpool de Klopp, que venía a ser campeón de Europa.
Sí.
¿Te acordás con ese Morata, por ejemplo?
Sí.
Por ejemplo, ese partido el Cholo fue con otra idea, ¿entendés lo que te quiero decir? También ese. ¿Vos decís que no?
No, porque fue así. El Cholo le ganó la ida al Liverpool y la vuelta 90 minutos perdió 1-0 y se fue a la largue. En alargue se pone 2-0 el Liverpool. Y ahí se puso a tocar el Atlético de Madrid. Ahí llega el doblete de Llorente. Y después, a lo último, el gol de Morata. Pero el Cholo arrancó a atacar recién cuando se está quedando afuera. No fue a plantear un partido ofensivo.
Entonces, vos compartís la idea del Cholo de, al tener menos armas, tirarse atrás. Sería
sí, yo creo que el error del Cholo es que muchas veces, sin tener menos armas, se tira atrás. Ahí está el problema. Eso es otra cosa. Pero para mí, si vas a jugar contra el City en Etihad, meterse atrás no es una mala opción si vas a perder 1-0, en vez de perder 4-0.
No, aparte encima justo le salió, pues si se hubiera comido 4, decís, bueno, le salió mal, pero salió 1-0, ¿verdad? Pero
por ejemplo, el Barça contra el Liverpool en 2019. ¿Hubiese preferido que se meta atrás y empate 0-0 o que salga a jugarlo y pierda 4-0? Una mano en el corazón.
No, obvio que se meta atrás.
Y capaz si se metía atrás estaba mal visto para el barcelonista.
Obvio que está muy mal visto, amigo.
Pero
muy mal visto.
Tenés que pasar a la final de la Champions. Y sí puede jugar igual y comerse 4. Entonces, ahí hay que ver cuánto vale tu filosofía y cuánto vale ganar.
Bueno, por eso mismo Ancelotti para mí le va también en la Champions. Porque el tipo se adapta siempre. O sea, le da igual el rival. Si el chabón siente que es superior, va. Si el chabón siente que está siendo superado, se queda atrás. Y se va adaptando al contexto. Por eso mucha gente tanto mata a Guardiola, boludo.
Es que esa es la manera de jugar la Champions. Y por eso Guardiola, a pesar de ser el mejor técnico del mundo y de la historia, ha ganado 3 Champions en 15 años casi. Porque para ganar la Champions de la manera que juega Guardiola, tenés que ser infinitamente superior a tu rival. Y a veces ni así te alcanza. Porque Guardiola ha perdido Champions donde fue superior a su rival. Por lo menos ha perdido 3, 4 Champions donde su equipo era el mejor equipo del mundo. Seguramente si Guardiola jugara otro fútbol, capaz hubiese ganado más Champions. Por un tema de que, fíjate, como vos decís, Ancelotti tiene más Champions que Guardiola. Para mí, con todo el respeto del mundo, no es mejor entrenador. Para mí es mejor Guardiola.
Tampoco.
Pero siento que la manera de jugar de Ancelotti, un mano a mano de Champions, te puede llegar a más resultados que la manera de jugar de Guardiola. Porque para ganar como Guardiola tenés que ser sí o sí superior. Y a veces ni así te alcanza, ¿eh? Y para ganar como Ancelotti tenés que saber jugar el partido. No hace falta ser superior para pasar. Y en un mano a mano determinante que se define por detalles, Ancelotti le ha ganado 3 mano a mano a Guardiola en Champions. O sea, le ha ganado de todas las formas. Le ha ganado por penales, le ha ganado remontada de último minuto y le ganó por goleada, 4-0.
Pero aún así vos te das cuenta, y lo dijiste vos, el Guardiola tiene en 15 años 3 Champions. Y tiene 12 de probablemente 15 ligas, tiene 12. Casi. Hay que esperar un segundo, ahora vamos a la primera cómo viene esta.
Y porque seguramente
como son dos
porque
muy diferentes las competencias.
La liga sí premia al mejor equipo de la temporada. La Champions no. La Champions es saber jugar el partido. El mano a mano, el cómo plantearlo. El tener otras opciones. Y Guardiola juega a su manera, que no está mal. Mal no le fue tampoco, ganó 3 Champions. Y aparte, él piensa que esa es la mejor manera de jugar la Champions y está perfecto. Tampoco hay un manual de cómo jugar la Champions. Pero sí creo que Ancelotti se adaptó un poco mejor, por lo menos, y por algo va a ganar su quinta Champions.
Y también hay otra cosa que la gente también critica mucho, es el tema de los cambios, boludo. Hay partidos Pep que no hacen ningún cambio. Eso no sé cuántos técnicos en el mundo harán eso, amigo. De que ningún partido hacer ningún cambio. Tipo, hay 2 partidos que son muy graciosos, que son los de la Champions de octavos de final, que 2 temporadas seguidas creo que jugó el City contra el Leipzig en octavos. Y los 2 partidos de ida, que se jugaron en Alemania, Pep no hizo cambio en todo el partido. A nadie. Eso te parece muy raro en el fútbol de hoy, con 5 cambios. No sacar a nadie.
Él explicó una vez que siente que el futbolista que está jugando el partido está mucho más metido que uno que puede ingresar del banco. Y por eso prefiere no hacer cambios. Esa fue su explicación. Es medio raro. Porque aparte tiene muy buen recambio. En la temporada pasada tenía el banco de suplentes a Foden, a Julián Álvarez. ¿A quién más tenía?
Uno se entraba, si no estaba uno, entraba otro, entraba otro.
Pero era una locura los suplentes que tenía.
Ahora tienen a Doku, por ejemplo, por el poquito, amigo. A ver.
Bueno, y mirá lo que hizo Ancelotti contra el Bayern.
No, es que es Meter a Joselu.
Me lo metió a Joselu y metió 2 goles. Y pero es lo que te digo, es, qué sé yo, un poco resignar tu forma y decir, ya está, vamos a hacer esto y listo.
Pero ahí está la gran pregunta. ¿Para vos está bien resignar las formas?
Para mí sí, ¿qué querés que te diga?
Viste, esa es la gran, ¿entendés lo que te quiero decir, David? Esa es la gran jugada. Vamos a un ejemplo claro, con el técnico de Boca.
Yo entiendo que
Yo
entiendo que las formas importan, pero si el partido te obliga a tener que hacer tal cosa para avanzar, yo lo hago. El tema es que
avanzar ya le das una respuesta obvia.
Claro, el tema es que te garantiza avanzar de esa manera. Ahí ese es el debate en realidad. O sea, ¿por qué si haces esto vas a avanzar y si morís con tu filosofía no? Entonces, como no hay una certeza, es una incertidumbre, prefiero ir con mi filosofía. Eso debe pensar Guardiola y está perfecto. Pero yo creo que un partido, por ejemplo, ¿no? Que quedan 10 minutos y te tienen que hacer 2 goles para ganar, para mí si te metes atrás es muy difícil que te dan 2 goles. Ahora bien, seguramente Guardiola piense, para mí el rival va a atacar a lo loco y de contraataque lo puedo liquidar. Entonces, claro, son maneras distintas de ver el fútbol. Y obviamente, no me quiero comparar yo con Guardiola, voy a hacer otra comparación. Ancelotti si tiene que meterse atrás, como pasó con el City, lo hace sin problema. Guardiola no.
Y ahí está el gran problema, ¿entendés, amigo? O sea, que mucha gente ama a Guardiola por su forma de ver el fútbol, porque el tipo no resigna nunca la pelota, no resigna nunca, o muy pocas veces le resigna la pelota, y en cambio Ancelotti se adapta mucho más. O sea, creo que ni Ancelotti se imaginaba que iba a terminar pasando a la final con un doblete de Joselu, amigo. Cuando vos ves que la semi de Champions hizo más goles en semi de Champions Joselu que Harry Kane y Mbappé, es una locura. Y Mbappé sale 200 millones, Harry Kane 100 y Joselu 3. Pero es así.
Para vos, el Madrid tuvo un poco de suerte, la posta,
Sí, amigo, sí. Sí, pero no es de termo decir que sí, amigo. O sea, hay gente que la palabra suerte la considera algo malo. Está bueno tener suerte, amigo. Obvio. Amigo, a mí el Barça de la Champions, para mí tuvo mala suerte en esa jugada de Araujo y un poco mala suerte tuvo. Si hubiera sido un poco diferente la jugada, si Araujo no hacía esa roja, ¿qué hubiera pasado, amigo? Para mí la suerte un poco importa en
igual,
el fútbol.
Escúchame, viendo cómo terminó la liga, viendo cómo está cada equipo, séame sincero. Si el Barça eliminaba al PSG, teniendo en cuenta que no hubiese ocurrido eso a Araujo. En semis eliminada al Borussia Dortmund en Alemania.
Sí.
No igual definida en el Camp Nou.
No, en el Camp Nou definida igual.
En el Camp Nou no, perdón, en el estadio de ahora.
Montjuic.
Ahí va. Para vos, el Barça eliminado al Borussia Dortmund.
Sí, amigo.
Y séme sincero, una final Barça-Madrid, ¿quién la ganaría para vos? Hoy. La aposta.
No, la aposta el Madrid está mejor.
Pero la ganaría el Madrid. O sea, yo siento que el Madrid, una final de Champions en esta temporada, la ganaría sí o sí contra el Barcelona.
Para mí no, para mí es diferente. Para mí no se puede, no puede decir.
Jugaron 3 clásicos. Jugaron 3 clásicos en la temporada, los 3 lo ganó el Madrid. Y sería una final de
No fue superior a los 3, amigo. El clásico más superior que fue el de Copa, que metió 3 Vinicius. El de los 2 de Liga, el partido de ida al Barça fue extremadamente superior. La vuelta te puedo aceptar que hubo un poco de polémica.
Yo el otro partido no lo vi.
Madrid.
No lo vi. Pero la Supercopa 4-1.
Está bien, boludo, pero yo lo que pienso es esto. Vos lo sabés bien, es un clásico. Todo puede pasar. Yo creo que con el equipo que tiene el Dortmund, la tiene más complicada que el equipo que tiene el Barcelona. Si vas nombre por nombre, el plantel del Dortmund contra el plantel del Barça, para mí le gana el Dortmund. Le gana el Barça al Dortmund. Entonces, para mí, en nombre por nombre, le compite mucho más el Barça al Real Madrid que lo que le va a hacer el Dortmund.
Pero para mí, el Borussia Dortmund puede sorprender más al Madrid que el Barcelona. El Madrid sabe cómo gana el Barcelona. El Borussia Dortmund va a tener que fijarse. Obviamente es favorito, pero el Borussia Dortmund tiene más chances de ganar la final que si tuviese el Barcelona en su lugar.
Es como que el Madrid conoce al rival. O sea, a este rival no lo conoce, es más débil. En cambio, el Barça sí lo conoce y es más fuerte.
Pero ¿cuánto más débil es el Borussia Dortmund a comparación del Barcelona hoy en día?
Dale, hace poco estaba sexto Bundesliga, amigo, dale.
Está bien, amigo, pero ¿cuánto más débil es? Mirá que yo, en mi predicción, lo dejé fuera en cuartos con el Atleti. O sea, yo también sentía que el Borussia Dortmund no iba a llegar muy lejos. Pero me sorprendió, está en la final. Y la pregunta que te hago es, ¿por qué el Barça es más fuerte que el Borussia Dortmund? ¿Qué garantía te da de que el Barça...
Boludo.
Pero no es solamente nombres, es funcionamiento, es adaptarse en un momento específico en el partido. El Borussia Dortmund jugó 2 partidos con el PSG y no recibió goles.
¿Y 2 partidos con el PSG? No, bueno, sí, recibió en la fase de grupos, pero no recibió en el coso. ¿Está bien? Perfecto.
En semifinal, te digo.
Sí, igual también no recibió goles, pero tenés que analizar los partidos, boludo.
Sí, tuvo como 6 palos.
Pateó 51 veces el PSG, amigo. Entre los 2 partidos pateó 51 veces, amigo, dale. Tuvo un poco malas leches, amigo. No
sí, eso es verdad.
Luis Enrique que salió a decir,
eso es verdad.
Tuvimos expected goals de 6, pero lo que te puedo decir es que tuvo mala suerte el PSG, amigo. 51 veces al arco partido, amigo.
Pero le ganó los 2 partidos el Borussia Dortmund.
Está bien. Y el Barça también le hubiera ganado los 2 partidos si no estaba la roja de Araujo al PSG.
Pero eso, o sea, primero es imposible saber. Y segundo, querés sacar un error de Barcelona.
A ver, yo lo que te digo es una semifinal de
Es como que te diga que Hummel se va a expulsar en la vuelta. El PSG le meta 4 y yo te diga, no, pero si no expulsan a Hummel, pasa al Borussia. Pero Hummels
Te
es
pregunto
jugador...
con la pura verdad.
Pero es jugador
Semi
de
de
Borussia
Champions,
Dortmund, es
¿quién
un
es
error
candidato?
propio. Decime.
Pero en una semi de Champions, Davito. No, yo no entiendo poner, sin sacar errores. Semi de Champions. ¿Quién es más candidato, el Dortmund o el Barça? En un mano a mano. Que encima se define en Montjuic. Yo creo que el Barça.
Y un poquito,
Yo creo que el Barça.
por un poquito el Barça. Pero por un poquito, no es mucho más fuerte que Borussia Dortmund.
Y para mí un equipo que va quinto de Bundesliga, estuvo sexto mucho tiempo.
Pero boludo, analizá el quinto de la Bundesliga. Tiene por delante al Bayer Leverkusen, que lleva 50 partidos sin perder en la temporada. Tiene por delante al Bayern Múnich, que para mí es mejor equipo que el Barcelona. ¿Ok? Tiene por delante al Stuttgart, 70 puntos. Y al Leipzig, que le hizo una gran serie de Champions al Real Madrid. Después queda quinto el Borussia con 60 puntos y el sexto es Frankfurt con 46. O sea, está 15 el Borussia Dortmund. Nunca estuvo sexto el Borussia Dortmund. Entonces, yo creo que el Borussia Dortmund tiene por delante a dos equipos que es normal que los tenga por delante. Tanto el Bayer Leverkusen como el Bayern Múnich.
A mí yo tengo como que el Barça no se lo cambió porque tuvo el Real Madrid que no perdió ningún partido. Salió segundo, amigo.
Está bien, hoy el Barça está tercero en la Liga Española, ¿eh? Y tiene por delante al Girona.
Si gana mañana, gana. Ya está segundo de vuelta. Tiene que ganar mañana, amigo.
Pero está ahí nomás con el Girona, boludo.
Yo pienso de que vos comparás nombre por nombre y es mejor equipo el Barça. Después tenés que comparar, obviamente, el contexto y cómo se acomodaría el Dortmund. Y yo creo que le puede hacer, no sé si la palabra es resignar sus formas, pero yo creo que el Dortmund está mejor adaptado que el Barça en esta Champions. Entonces entiendo que puede saber sufrir mejor. Aunque la igual la palabra saber sufrir es medio humo, dale. Porque el Dortmund, entre comillas, supo sufrir. Pero también hubo palos, muchas tajadas a los arqueros. ¿Viste lo que tajó Kobel, amigo? Sacó cada pelota increíble. Entonces, veo como yo siento que hay otra frase también.
No, a ver.
Saber sufrir.
El hecho de que el arquero la ataje, no lo noto como algo positivo porque es mérito de un jugador de tu equipo. Pero los 6 palos es inexplicable, sinceramente. El hecho de que haya 2 palos en la ida, 4 en la vuelta, obviamente tuvo suerte el Dortmund. Pero bueno, aún así le tocó Grupo de la Muerte, quedó primero. Le tocó en octavos al PSV, que venía invicto de la temporada, lo eliminó. En cuartos al Atlético de Madrid, que venía a sacar al Inter, lo dejó afuera. Semis contra el PSG, ganó los 2 partidos. Y ahora una final con el Real Madrid, que bueno, obviamente no es candidato, pero bueno.
Es que yo pienso que puede ganarle.
Una pregunta, ¿te puedo decir algo? ¿Puede ser que le mentiste a tu palabra?
¿Por qué?
Yo siento que tu palabra tiene mucho valor, Coborita, si soy sincero.
A ver.
Porque has apostado que te rapabas si perdías y cuando perdiste lo hiciste. Las cosas que decís tratás de cumplirlas y si no las cumplís, te molesta. Inclusive, mira lo que te digo, soy tan seguidor tuyo que me acuerdo que una vez fuiste a F90 y dijiste, yo soy un hombre de palabra. Le dije a Coco que iba a venir y por eso vine. A mí no me gusta no cumplir con lo que digo. ¿Es cierto?
Sí.
¿Por qué vos me dijiste hace 2 semanas que a vos como aficionado al Barcelona te daba igual que avance el Bayern Múnich y el Real Madrid? Porque después, gordito, vi tu reacción en el gol del Bayern Múnich. Decís, gol de Alfonso Davies, yo lo avisé. Y en el gol de Madrid decís, qué orto que tiene Madrid, boludo, dale, dejate de joder, mira el orto que tienen. Entonces, ¿en dónde quedó eso de que te daba igual, gordito? Explícamelo porque hubo un fallo en tu palabra, creo, ¿no?
No, lo que yo decía es lo siguiente. Yo lo que hice fue reaccionar al gol de Davies y comentarlo como un streamer más. Y lo que hice fue, cuando el gol de Davies fue un golazo. Digamos, el de José Lu fue una empujada, un rebote insólito de Neuer. Entonces, por eso me sorprendió y me dijo, qué culo el Madrid. Por eso. Pero igual la realidad es que, voy a decir la posta, la gente que decía que había mucha gente del Barça que tiraba por el Bayern, que es un equipo que siempre nos humilló, es lo más normal del mundo.
No, pará. Eso es verdad, eso es verdad. Eso es otra cosa. Si el hincha del Barça quería que el Bayern Múnich elimine al Real Madrid, a pesar de las veces que el Bayern lo humilló, yo estoy de acuerdo con ese hincha del Barça. Porque siempre pesa más tu clásico rival que un equipo de otro país. Lo que digo es que vos dijiste que a vos te daba igual quien avance y que no ibas a tomar partido por ninguno de los dos. Y de golpe te vi reaccionando diciendo al minuto 80, ¿qué le pasa al Madrid, che? ¿Qué le pasa al Madrid? Y te vi lamentándote en los goles del Madrid. Te vi alegre en el gol de Alfonso Davies. Entonces sí tomaste partido.
Yo lo que pensé, Davito, fue siempre en el Dortmund. Yo sentía que el Dortmund tiene más chance de ganar la Champions si juega contra el Real Madrid que si juega contra el Bayern Múnich. Yo siento que el Dortmund puede hacerlo. Yo creo que el Dortmund al Real Madrid le puede ganar. Mentira, boludo. Bueno, está bien, tengo que salir de la jugada, boludo. Igual no grité ningún gol, Davo. No grité ningún gol del Madrid.
¿Te puedo hacer una pregunta?
¿Qué?
Yo me acuerdo que vos en octavos andaste por el Leipzig.
Mentira, no por el Leipzig, amigo.
Lo recuerdo, que lloraste, la jugada polémica y estabas como...
Pero hubo robo, es que hubo robo, claro.
Bueno, entonces...
Hubo robo.
Entonces, andaste por el Leipzig.
No alenté por el fútbol, alenté por la justicia futbolística.
En cuartos te pusiste la campera del City, la camiseta del City. En semi te vi reaccionando, tirando para el Bayern Múnich. En la final, gordito, ¿Te da igual o vas a decir públicamente que querés que la gane el Borussia Dortmund?
Marco Royce, debes salvar el fútbol, por favor. Es que, ¿sabes lo que voy a decir? Pero debe decir la verdad, Gabo. ¿Viste cuando en la frase tipo, bueno, acá tenemos el fútbol argentino que dicen, en la Copa Argentina todo puede pasar, en la Champions League todo puede pasar? Mentira, pasa siempre lo mismo, amigo. Tenés un equipo que tiene 18 finales. Tenés un equipo que tiene 18 finales de Champions. ¿Cómo que todo puede pasar? Todo
Pero
no,
pará.
papá. Tenés un equipo que tiene 18 finales, pelotudo. ¿Cómo que todo puede pasar? Sigue pasando lo mismo, amigo. Sigue pasando el mismo equipo de mí. Entonces.
Pero está re enojado, boludo, con que el Madrid esté en la final. Verdad, amigo. Al que le daba igual, la doble vara, canchero.
Entonces, dale, boludo, dale. Voy a pasar de vuelta.
Pará. ¿Soy yo o Argentina elimina por penales a Países Bajos en cuarto de final del Mundial de Qatar? ¡Mística! ¡Chúpenla todos! Real Madrid elimina en cuarto de final de la Champions City por penales. Siempre lo mismo este equipo de mierda.
No, pero mira, para. Vos tenés
la doble vara, canchero.
Ese partido argentino fue superior a Holanda, boludo.
Robo, maldito robo.
Fue superior. Pero imagínate para decime la verdad. Sé sincero. El Madrid ahora va contra el Dortmund y está confiadísimo. Pero confiadísimo está. Confiadísimo.
No sé igual, ¿eh? ¿Yo te puedo decir algo?
A ver.
Para mí el Madrid está confiadísimo puertas adentro. Siento que los futbolistas confían en que van a ganar y los hinchas tienen la ilusión de que su equipo va a ganar otra Champions. Pero eso no interfiere en el partido. ¿Entendés lo que te digo? Siento que el Madrid no va a subestimar al Borussia Dortmund. Va a jugarlo como lo es, una final de Champions y un equipo que está merecidamente en esa final. Tienen confianza en sí mismo, pero no subestiman al rival. Saben que se está jugando cada equipo. Y es complicado para mí poder mantener la confianza y la ilusión que tienen los jugadores y la hinchada en un partido como este. Creo que Madrid lo hace muy bien eso. Capaz al Barça, con el PSG le ocurrió eso. Un exceso de confianza, de ir ganando la vuelta, ya viendo ganar la ida. Y bueno, llega el Araujo y los 4 goles. Hay que saber también entender los momentos y saber que por más que sea superior, el partido no terminó.
No terminó. Por eso yo pienso que al ser una final, a ver, yo creo que sinceramente el Madrid está más confiado jugando contra el Dortmund que se juega contra el Barça, ponele. Eso es verdad, boludo. Vos no lo vas a reconocer, pero es verdad.
Puede ser igual, no digo que no. Lo que te digo yo es que el Barça no es mucho más que el Dortmund, como vos decís. No creo que sea mucho más fuerte. Pero sí puede ser eso, más que nada porque es un clásico también.
Y ahora también por el hecho de que también hay en Europa también hay mucho. Yo creo, sinceramente, que para mí el mejor equipo es el City. Para mí siempre el City está por encima de los demás, pero aún así está peleado. O sea, la vara del segundo, tercero está muy corta, boludo. Como por ejemplo el Atlético de Madrid eliminó al Inter. ¿Por cuánto lo eliminó, amigo? Por esto. O sea, pasa mucho. Yo creo que la final la tiene bastante encaminada el Madrid, pero guarda la sorpresa, amigo. Aunque lo que tiene el Madrid es que está acostumbrado. Por ejemplo, la final de Champions del Madrid, estoy pensando, la final de Champions del Madrid, alguna que haya arrancado perdiendo contra Atlético de Madrid, 2013.
Contra Atlético en 2014 arrancó perdiendo.
Esa bueno, 2014. Sí.
Después...
Otra que arranque perdiendo. Después no hubo ninguna más, ¿no? De las últimas. Todas arrancó ganando. También las dos de Liverpool, las dos arrancó ganando.
Sí, las dos. En una se lo empatan, en otra la gana así. Después con la Juventus arranca ganando, se lo empatan y después mete 3 más.
No como hacen los hinchas del PSG. Pero bueno. Hoy te tengo que preguntar. Hoy te tengo que preguntar para de verdad si está todo bien en casa, Davo. ¿Verano o invierno?
Ya sabes mi respuesta. Siempre me puteas cuando te respondo eso. Así que te lo voy a responder y me vas a volver a putear. Ninguna de las dos.
Pero es que ninguna de las dos es como... tenés que jugártela.
Pero ninguna de las dos, porque ¿sabes lo que me pasa a mí? Te juro, esto me viene pasando a mí toda mi vida. Desde que nací que me pasa. Cuando estoy en invierno prefiero el verano. Cuando estoy en verano prefiero el invierno. Ahí me doy cuenta que odio a las dos.
O sea, la gente que hace 35 grados dice qué calor que hace, la concha de su madre.
Sí.
Hace 2 grados y decís qué frío hace, la puta madre.
Literalmente. No me gusta ni el calor extremo ni el frío extremo. Literal.
Soy la gente que sale a caminar por la calle en camperita, como yo estoy ahora así, abiertita, y sos el tipo que está perfecto.
Sí. Primavera, otoño para mí es lo mejor de la vida.
Pero yo te voy a decir algo, yo tengo la teoría de que la gente en invierno es más infeliz.
¿Infeliz?
Sí, amigo.
¿A vos te gusta más el verano?
Sí, amigo, para mí la gente es más feliz, amigo, en verano. O sea, para mí, voy a decir algo, el verano representa alegría y el invierno tristeza.
Vos decís, amigo.
A ese nivel.
Mirá que la mayoría de la gente prefiere el invierno antes que el verano, creo,
Amigo, te juro. Yo paso a una plaza, boludo, el invierno, 7 de la tarde, ¿quién está?
Nadie, porque ya es de noche, amigo.
5 de la tarde, ¿quién está?
Muy pocas personas porque están terminando la jornada y ya se van a su casa porque antes que sea de noche.
Domingo 3 de la tarde, puerro, ¿quién está en la plaza, amigo? Cuando hace 2 grados.
Y están durmiendo la siesta.
Ah, mirá vos, siempre están haciendo algo, amigo. Siempre están haciendo algo. Uno puede estar ahí, boludo. Es que vas a una plaza, boludo. En verano, 11 de la mañana hay gente, 2 de la tarde hay gente, 3 de la tarde hay gente, 10 de la noche hay gente, amigo. Y voy a decir otra cosa
¿Por qué
también,
quiere
un
que haya
facto.
gente en la plaza?
Hay más chance que te roben en invierno que en verano. Facto. Bomba, tiré un facto.
¿Cómo hice esa teoría de vuelta,
Te explico. Yo me crié toda mi vida en zona sur de Gran Buenos Aires. Y a mí, cuando es invierno, mi mamá me decía siempre de chiquito, Lautaro, si salís a la calle y vas a comprar algo en kiosco, tiene que haber gente en la calle, si no, no salgas, me decía mi mamá, porque te pueden robar. Entonces, viste, cuando están los vecinos cerca, te dicen, bueno, salí a comprar, no pasa nada. En verano, es más probable que haya gente en la calle tras 10 de la noche. En invierno no hay nadie. Entonces es más probable que te roben en invierno que en verano.
Claro, exactamente. O sea, cuando vas en invierno te pueden robar más que en verano.
Obvio, amigo.
Eso es un punto para el verano.
El chorro va a estar más abrigado, que puede guardar mejor el arma. En verano, se la ves. El arma. Por ejemplo, otra teoría más para tirar.
Ok.
¿Tiene sentido?
Tiene sentido,
¿no?
Tiene sentido. Ok, pero pará, con respecto a lo que estamos hablando antes, yo te decía lo del invierno, no para romperte las bolas, sino para un punto a favor para vos también. Pensá que en invierno, justamente a las 6 de la tarde se hace de noche. En verano a las 8 se hace de noche recién.
Sí.
Esto para mí es un punto a favor, es mejor que sea de día que sea de noche.
Entonces te gusta más el verano.
En ese sentido es un punto más al verano.
Claro.
Pero, lo que dice mucha gente, que hay que debatirlo, el frío lo puedes lidiar mucho más que el calor. Eso es lo que dice la gente. Y una realidad hay, porque el calor, por momentos, no tiene solución. El frío, si te la rebuscas, podés zafar. Esa es la realidad también.
Para mí te puedo responder en un y. ¿Qué es un y? Sí y no. ¿A qué voy con esto? Es verdad que hace mucho frío y vos te abrigas. Pero puedes decirle a la gente que le dice, te hace mucho frío, te abrigas, salís perfecto. Representación de un argentino o yo, cuando hace menos 2 grados en la Argentina, ¿cómo camina?
Perdón, amigo, pero yo en mi vida caminé así.
12 camperas. Amigo, tenés 12 camperos de agua, dejate de joder. Esa gente que entra a una casa cuando hace, no sé, menos 2 grados, llega a la casa y es, ¿cómo estás, hijo? ¿Todo bien? Sí, va, todo bien. Saca el coso. Saca esto. Campera. Guante, campera. Pará, boludo, una incomodidad de agua, tanta ropa. Si tenés calor en verano, te tomas un vaso de agua, te mojás la frente y ya está, amigo. Ya está.
¿Sabés que no?
Amigo.
¿Sabés que el calor? No,
sí.
¿qué se va a hacer? Ojalá sea eso nomás. Yo sufro mucho el calor y sufro mucho el frío también. Sufro mucho las dos. Y créeme que el calor no es así una botella de agua y listo, amigo. El calor te mata, boludo. El calor es muy... se sufre mucho.
Lo que tiene es que el calor, lo que pasa mucho con el calor es
a mí lo que me pasa con el calor...
huevos.
El calor, a diferencia el calor me saca ganas de hacer cosas. Eso es lo que me pasa a mí. El calor es un extremo...
A mí es frío.
No, a mí el calor me saca ganas de hacer cosas, boludo. Porque sé que voy a ir a cagarme de calor.
A mí te lo juro que es al revés. Yo prefiero ir a una plaza con 35 grados y ponerme una gorra, ponerle y bancármela, aunque me esté cagando de calor, a cuando te dicen, che, vamos, no sé, a comer a la noche y salís, boludo.
Aguneta dice, para salir de joda es mejor verano. Para ir a la cancha es mejor verano. Para ir a plazas es mejor verano. Todo es mejor en verano. Para el laburante es mejor el invierno.
Para el laburante es mejor el invierno.
Bueno, ahí nosotros no podemos hablar, sinceramente. Habría que preguntarle a un laburante. ¿Qué opina?
Para el laburante mejor el invierno, amigo. Estás parado a las 8 de la noche en la parada colectivo, cagándote de frío mejor.
¿Sabes lo que lo interpreto yo? Eso es verdad igual, pero se dice el subte en verano es lo más cerca de la muerte que vas a ver en tu vida.
Pero
en cambio, en invierno no se sufre tanto en el subte. El subte con 40 grados, querés morirte, boludo, literal.
No, en el bondi, amigo. Estás en el bondi con toda la gente pegada.
O el tren.
No, amigo, la época donde estábamos con el barbijo hacía un calor terrible, era un parto, boludo. Estabas ahogadísimo. Obvio. Es que no sé cómo decirte, amigo, que es como que no lo tenés que llevar a situaciones tipo...
Mirá, yo te voy a contar algo malo del invierno para darte un plus a vos. Yo, en todo el 2019, fui al colegio de 8 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde, todos los días. De lunes a viernes. ¿Bien?
Sí.
A las 8 entraba. Entonces, tenía un viaje de, ponele que media hora de bondi. Poquito menos, si querés, pero media hora. El bondi solía pasar y media. Entonces yo siempre iba 7:20 a la parada. Por si pasaba antes, y no perdérmelo. Estaba 6 cuadras de la parada. Entonces todos los días tenía que salir 7:10 de mi casa. Yo salía a las 7:10 de mi casa, era de noche. Caminaba a las cuadras, esperaba el bondi, me tomaba el bondi, llegaba al colegio, iba al colegio. Seguía a las 5 del colegio. Caminaba a las cuadras de vuelta, me tomaba el bondi para volver a mi casa. Volvía tipo 6, ponele. Cuando volvía ya era de noche casi. Entonces yo, el único momento del día era en el colegio. Después, antes y después era de noche. En invierno. Y en verano volvía a las 6 y tenía 2 horas más de día. Ahí tenés un plus del verano.
Amigo, el verano es mucho mejor en eso, Davo. Vos llegás a tu casa, del colegio, del trabajo, lo que sea. Llegás a las 6 de la tarde a tu casa.
Pero la parada del bondi en invierno era un dolor de huevos. Mal. También,
amigo, la parada del bondi en invierno es durísima, boludo.
Es durísima. Es durísima. Aparte, mucha gente lo lleva a su vieja y su viejo al colegio. Entonces no saben lo que es, boludo. Pero
Aparte,
estar a las 7 AM, amigo, esperando un bondi en invierno es durísimo, boludo.
aparte, otra teoría que te puedo decir 100%. ¿Qué más placentero? ¿Estar cagándote de calor y tomar una coca bien fría? ¿O estar cagándote de frío y tomar un café caliente? No hay debate, amigo.
¿Sabes lo
No
que
hay
pasa,
debate.
boludo? ¿Sabes lo que pasa,
No hay
amigo?
debate.
Que para mí el calor se sufre mucho más que el frío, boludo.
No hay
Mira lo que
debate.
dice
Estás
la
cagando de
Uneta.
calor, te tirás
Pará.
sos vos.
Acá dicen, tomarte un bondi, un tren o un subte te mata. Para los albañiles y toda la gente que labura en la calle es imposible el verano. Los maestros, hay colegios que no hay ni aire acondicionado. Se mueren. Sumado a que encima hay banda de cortes de luz en verano. Nada, para el laburante mejor el invierno que el verano. Y para la gente...
No, es muy buena esa que dijo el corte de luz. Eso es un facto. El corte de luz es un facto. A mí me pasa mucho. A mí yo no tuve luz 3 meses. Boludo.
¿Qué?
Sí. En 2011, te lo juro por mi vieja. No tuve luz 3 meses, amigo.
¿En verano?
Me fue vino la de mi abuela. Sí, en verano.
Pero
no
3
tuve luz
meses,
3 meses.
3 meses ininterrumpidos.
Sin luz, sí.
¿En serio?
En 2011 sí, boludo. Pero eso es lo que tiene. Eso es una gran verdad, amigo. La luz funciona mucho mejor en invierno que en verano. 100%. 100%.
¿Y entonces qué es mejor?
Olvídate. 100% en verano, amigo.
Y la gente se queda con el
100%
invierno, creo.
Yo mucho más, boludo. Mucho más el... No.
A ver, para dormir,
Ponele, David, no te cagaste de frío, ponele.
para dormir es mucho mejor el invierno. Gran pacto, acá me la tenés que dar. Muchísimo mejor el invierno para dormir. ¿Cómo
No.
que no? Amigo,
No, amigo.
no. Acá sí que me puedo cagar a trompadas con vos. Escuchame, gordo, hijo de
amigo.
puta. Escuchame, gordo, hijo de puta. Acá sí que me puedo cagar a piñas. Escuchame.
A ver.
En verano, vos te vas a
Sí.
dormir casi en pelotas
Sí.
y te cagás de calor igual.
Sí, te digo yo que soy gordo, pero no tengo toda la espalda pegoteada.
En invierno no hay nada más placentero que acostarte 5 sábanas y a dormir.
Yo te voy a decir una acá que seguramente el chat me va a decir, y ponerme tanta ropa encima para dormir me pesa.
Pero
Me
no,
cuesta
sin
dormir.
ropa. O sea, con una
No,
remera...
ponerme tantas frazadas me pesa.
frazadas.
No puedo dormir.
Ah, bueno, vos también, boludo.
Te lo juro, amigo, de verdad. Ponerme tanta frazada, tanta, me pesa, no me puedo dormir, boludo. Me tengo que sacar.
Para vos, en los festejos del Mundial de 2014, ¿hubiesen sido más tristes que los de Qatar teniendo en cuenta el clima?
Mío, es buena, que tiraste, es muy buena, es muy buena. Es muy buena, ganamos el Mundial en el invierno, que me la chupen, ni salgo a festejar, amigo. Pobre, boludo. Olvídate, ganamos el Mundial. Está Messi en el obelisco, hace menos 3 grados. Chao, Messi, te quiero mucho, dejá, lo veo por tele, amigo, chupala. En cambio, ganamos el Mundial en verano, corro, amigo, olvídate. Ya está. Olvídate 100%, amigo, 100%. 100%, amigo.
Escuchá,
100%.
escuchá, pará, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta?
A ver.
¿Los mosquitos en verano?
Ese es un buen factor.
Y bueno, hablemos de todo también, amigo. Los mosquitos en verano son insoportables. No, aposta, son insoportables. Las cucarachas. No, boludo, dale, dejate de
Sí,
joder.
Our friend Alexi Lawless dropped a video on his State of the Union YouTube channel called "Would the U.S. men's national team be able to win the Euros if they played in it this summer?" I have not seen this video yet. I have no idea what he's going to say, what his arguments are. I'm going to give y'all my blind reaction to his take in this video right now. But before we do that, I have to remind you guys that we're doing a ton of content here on Deadball TV, mainly about the Copa America, but we are making content covering the European Championship. So if you don't want to miss those videos, make sure you hit subscribe. All right, Godspeed, let's get into this. I'll be pausing momentarily to give you all my thoughts. Let's get it.
Hey, Alexi, I'm Osby. It's Chase from Dallas. I'm back. Question for both of y'all. Alexi, you said in the past that the best MLS team could finish mid-table in the Premier League. Let's take it to the international.
Oh, man. We haven't even gotten to the actual question yet, and I already got a problem. Now, I understand that Alexi Lawless has to ride for MLS, but to say something so asinine it's not helping American football culture, is it? No, it's not. Now, is Deadball TV helping? That's also debatable.
International side, where do you think the U.S. men's national team would finish in the Euros this year?
Okay, well, first off, welcome back. We love return callers, so thank you, Chase. Good to hear from you again, so keep them coming.
I'm calling in next show.
Because you've done it again. You've made the show, and another interesting question when it comes to this U.S. men's national team. It's fun to play these different games. All right, so when you look at some of these teams and some of these groups, and yes, there are the FIFA rankings and all that kind of stuff, but I would put them ahead of the likes of Scotland. I would put them ahead of the likes of Hungary and Switzerland.
Nope. No. Scotland, yes, I would put the United States ahead of Scotland, but to, with so much confidence, say that the U.S. is better than Hungary and Switzerland. The Swiss, look, bro, they don't have a bunch of massive stars on that team. But if you've ever watched an international tournament, you know the Swiss get up. I mean, there's a reason those guys used to protect the Pope, for God's sake. They do not have a fear of death. And when they're in these major tournaments, they always step up. Do you really think the U.S. men's national team is upsetting France in a European championship like the Swiss did? I just don't ever see that happening. I'm sorry. And before you say, Jack, you dirty Benedict Arnold hating asshole, why do you never have faith in the U.S.? It's not because I hate the United States or because I'm one of those people that's like, I can't wait to move out of here. It's because we've never seen the U.S. pull a big upset like that, at least this generation. We've seen very impressive wins in 2002. We've seen wins, if you want to call it upset wins, against Algeria. All of those players now have kids who are going to college. Congratulations, Tim Howard. But this current generation has not done something that the Swiss have done. And Hungary was literally 1 point away, 1 point behind Italy from going to the Nations League semifinal in 2023. And the other teams in that group were Germany and England. Now, if you want to make the argument that European teams don't really care that much about the Nations League, I think that's a bit of a cop-out, but whatever, granted. I still think the United States, in that setting, having to play 3 away legs, 1 in Italy, 1 in Germany, and 1 in England, probably ain't finishing second with 10 points, bro. And I'm not saying that Switzerland dunks on the U.S. I'm not saying Hungary dunks on the U.S., but I'm just saying to be so brazen and say, oh, we're better, I don't know. Jeez Louise, we're 1 minute 7 seconds in.
Albania,
Albania, yes.
Denmark, Slovenia, Poland.
I can't, bro. Oh, the glass is coming on. No, I can't. I can't. You really think the United States is better than Denmark? On what grounds, sir? Yes, Denmark had a very horrendous World Cup campaign. I'm not going to defend that at all. But again, we're talking about a team that was a VAR sketch job away from making a European championship in the last edition of the tournament. I mean, Lord, you got me looking up Denmark results lately. I'm pretty sure they also finished second in their Nations League group. They did, in fact, finish second in 12 points above France and 1 point behind Croatia. I thought this was going to be a fun video, and here I am getting emotional. Denmark is not an absolutely elite national team, but again, to say that you could transplant the United States and put them in all the fixtures that Denmark has participated in, and to say that they are going to finish second in their group at the Nations League and beat France twice in the same calendar year, beat Austria twice in the same calendar year, we just have to be more realistic. I'm not saying the U.S. couldn't upset Denmark. If they played 10 times, they're winning some of those games, bro. But you are supposed to be one of the voices of U.S. soccer, and it's okay to be confident, but don't be arrogant. And this is a little arrogant. All right, let's keep going.
Poland. So this is, I think, in the same way that this summer we look at the U.S. as a solid number 2 team within their group, and this is obviously a Copa America with South American teams. I think they would be a solid number 2 team in any of these groups that we have here. What about you?
Yeah. Thank God he did not say that they are favorites over Uruguay. I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Depends on the draw, depends on what pot they would be in and who they would replace in those groups that you're looking at. But generally speaking, I think there's probably 8 to 10 European teams that I think are clearly better than the U.S. So you're probably looking at getting out of a group and then either round of 16 or, if you catch a break, maybe quarterfinals. I think that's how I would look at it.
Yeah. So
okay, 8 to 10 teams better than the United States. You guys let me know in the comments if you agree with that. That sounds a little low, but let's go ahead and check together right now. All right, let's go group by group together. I got Group A here. Actually, you know what? Let's do it with the pots so I know who the U.S. would replace. Okay, this might be better because I can see who the pot 2 team was. Okay, so the pot 2 team was Hungary in this case. So you swap that with the United States. They got Germany, Scotland, Switzerland. Bro, that is tough, man. That is... Woo! I mean, there is no guarantee the United States makes it out of that group. The Copa America group with Panama and Bolivia and Uruguay is exponentially easier than this crap right here. Let's take it to Group B. Oof. Hold on. Glass is coming back on. This might get ugly, folks. Who's the pot 2? I'm going to assume it's Italy. Italy was pot 4. It was Albania in this case. You've got to be kidding. So you would actually replace Albania with the United States? So they would have Spain, Croatia, and Italy? Yep, that's 3 L's right there. No, I'm not even kidding. That's 3 L's right there. Group C, let's take it there. Who is the pot 2 in here? Looks like it is Denmark. So you replace Denmark. They got Serbia England, Slovenia. See, here's the difference between the Copa and the Euros. The Euros, because there's just more teams, the pot threes are just tougher than they are at the Copa America. I mean, the pot threes at the Copa America are Peru, Paraguay, Venezuela, and Panama. And right here in the three groups we've looked at, we got Serbia, Croatia, and Switzerland. There's levels to this, y'all. You can be a confident U.S. fan, but you got to be thinking at most it's a 50% chance you make it out of these groups. And Group B, 15% chance. Like, it's just not happening. Group D, you got Poland. I mean, damn, dude. Oh, man. Who the hell is Austria's the pot 2. So it'd be Poland, Netherlands, France. I do think the U.S. is better than Poland. I think they get the dub there. Netherlands already showed the U.S. who was daddy at the last World Cup. Do we need a reminder? And France, if I even need to make an argument, you should honestly just click off the video. I'm going to breeze through this next one. It's Group E. We got, it's like Romania and Turkey are the last two in here. I think Group E would be the most manageable, and I do think the United States would make it out. I do think they could beat Slovakia and Ukraine and probably either lose to Belgium or, I don't know, maybe get an ugly draw, something like that. And then in Group F, the Georgians, United States is better than Georgia. Czech Republic, I mean, that's the group right there. Can you beat the Czech Republic? I'm not super confident. I don't think the Czechs would, like, blow the U.S. out of the water, but that would be a tough game. And then Portugal, as long as they don't fumble it, that's probably an L. So saying that there's about 10 teams better than the United States, I think is probably accurate. I might push it to 12, maybe even 13. Not because I'm a hater, but some of y'all will say that. And for a hypothetical European championship, it does very much depend on what group the United States would fall into if they're going to make it out.
Yeah. So I mean, those are some of the comps. I think. Yeah. Does the style of the U.S. is it better suited to a Euros or better suited to a Copa?
Interestingly enough, with all the players now playing in Europe.
That's a very good question. Is the United States play style more suited to the Copa America or the Euros? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think I'm going to lean Euros, and I say that because I think European football is, on average, a little slower, a little more tactical, a little more controlled, and a little less chaotic. And I think the more chaos you can inflict in the game at times, I think it could really discombobulate the U.S. men's national team. Now, that does not mean that the United States would have more success in the Euro than at the Copa America. I'm not saying that at all, because we saw a very controlled annihilation of the U.S. men's national team at the hands of the Dutch in the World Cup, where basically Van Gaal was just playing mousetrap, but with Greg Berhalter, and it worked to perfection, I might add. Although if you ask Greg, we dominated, right?
In Europe, you could argue that it's better suited for the Euros.
Interesting. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll see at some point. I mean, look,
I would agree
have
with
they
that.
ever done guest teams when it comes to the Euros? Or are they above that?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Oh, we wouldn't possibly.
No, the European Championship has not done invitees. Brother, there's like 56 nations. This man, okay.
Tarnish the Euros was by having guest.
You know, unlike the World Cup, where there's never truly been a Cinderella champion, in the Euros you have had Greece in 2004, Denmark in 1992, so it's not crazy at the Euros that a team like that could get on a run and win the whole thing.
So I'm going to say, final answer here when it comes to Chase, that the U.S. would get out of their group. And I'm not even going to say that they're going to win their knockout stage game. That's where they would come up again.
See, the thing I don't like about that comment is Cinderella runs happen in every single tournament. Zambia won the AFCON. Qatar back-to-back Asian Cup champions. Chile repeated the Copa America. But I think to use that as a supporting argument and part of your evidence that the United States could win a European championship, to me, says you don't really have much else to say. To me, that's like having a discussion about, you know, how far will the United States go at the next World Cup, and someone being like, Morocco. I mean, look at Morocco. Morocco made it. Do you remember when Morocco made the semifinals? Bro, it's not the same. And just because one team did it one time doesn't mean it's ever going to happen again.
Up against some of these teams that you're talking about, Mossy, where as good as they are, the U.S. is not as good as them. And it bears repeating. Those are the types of teams and those are the types of games that Greg Berhalter has been charged with winning. And at some point, it can't be as quick when we just say, yeah, but we're not going to pass that. And who knows? Maybe in the next couple of years, they find a way to be able to do it. Maybe this summer, they find a way to be able to do it, because there's the potential when they get out of their group of playing some very, very good teams, and teams that on paper people say, U.S. is not as good as them. They got to find a way to beat.
See, okay, he's not wrong here, but this is my biggest issue with every argument I've heard about the United States going far in 2026, doing well at a hypothetical European championship, or making a semifinal or a final at the Copa America. Greg Berhalter has been in charge of this team for 6 years, and we have seen approximately 0 upsets. The sheer talent on this U.S. men's national team, in most cases, against most opponents, is at least enough to get a draw, which is important, and that's an indicator of a good team, and the U.S. is a good team. But what they are not is a great team, and outside of that, they're not a team that punches above their weight. I talked about this in our Copa America Group D preview, and by the way, if you haven't seen our Copa America Group prediction videos, you need to pause this, sit down, and grab some popcorn, because 1, each of them are 2 hours long, and 2, I think y'all would really like them, so make sure you check those out. And one last shameless plug for the channel, we are doing daily uploads here for the entire Copa America, live streams, match reactions, all that good stuff. So if you don't want to miss that, again, hit subscribe. And what I was saying in that Group D preview is I was comparing the U.S. men's national team to Costa Rica. Costa Rica are a team that are undoubtedly less talented than the United States, right? Nobody's going to argue that. But if you look at the history of Los Ticos and you look at some of the results that they've been able to get at multiple tournaments throughout the years, it is impressive. They've beaten teams like Italy, Uruguay, and Japan at World Cups. They've beaten Colombia at Copa Americas. They've regularly beaten the United States in World Cup qualifying. These are games that, with all due respect, Costa Rica have no business winning. But what do? They pull the upset. They punch up. They elevate their game when they play better opposition. That is something that in 6 years under Greg Berhalter, the United States has not demonstrated a single time. That is arguably the biggest question around this team at the Copa America is, are we finally going to see a statement win? Is the U.S. finally going to beat a team that on paper they probably shouldn't? I've said this many times about Greg Berhalter. If there is one thing that he is exceptionally good at, besides behind the back bounce passes, it's doing exactly what the expectation is with this U.S. squad. But to close the loop on this European conversation, the United States would probably be the 13th or 14th best team at the European Championship unless they got an unbelievably favorable draw in the round of 16. They would lose, in my opinion. And the reason they would lose is because, 1, the Euros is pretty freaking hard, and number 2, the United States, again, under Berhalter, always hits about expectations. And the expectation for the United States at a European Championship would probably be the knockouts. And I'm not going to sit here on this microphone and say the U.S. is making a quarterfinals or a semifinals at a European Championship until they pull a godforsaken upset against anyone. Anyone! It doesn't need to be a European team, bro. I mean, beat Senegal. Like, do something. I've had enough, bro.
Way to beat those teams where a lot of people say that you're not as good as them.
That's it for Ask Alexi. We move on to One for the Road.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we not watching the rest of that episode. With all due respect, guys, those are my thoughts on if the United States could win a European Championship. Look, I think these questions are fun to ask. It's fun to talk about. You know, would the U.S. win the Asian Cup? Would they win the AFCON? What would they do? Blah, blah, blah. But has anybody else been watching the NBA playoffs? I mean, I really got to go Rudy Gobert, Evan Mobley, Nikola Jokic on this because, like, I'm sorry. I'm just not having any of this. That's all I got today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And again, if you don't want to miss the Copa America and Euro content here on Deadball TV, make sure you hit subscribe. Check out our social media links in the description of this video and drop your thoughts down below in the comments. Where does the U.S. go out in a European Championship? I want to know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Whoop podcast. I'm your host, Will Ahmed, the founder and CEO of Whoop, and we're on a mission to unlock human performance. We've got an amazing guest for you today, arguably the most famous and well-known athlete in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano needs no introduction. We're going to be sitting with him in just a second now. We discuss his early football career, what it took to ultimately become a global superstar, work ethic versus talent. We go deep into his Whoop data and some of the things he does to recover at a superhuman level. And we talk about our partnership, in which Cristiano is now an investor in Whoop and a global ambassador. It's a really fascinating conversation. Stay tuned. If you're thinking about joining Whoop, you can visit our website, sign up for a free 30-day trial. That's right, try Whoop for 30 days, no cost to you.
Here we go.
Okay. Cristiano, welcome to the Whoop podcast.
Thank you.
I'm grateful to be here with you. We're here in your home. We're going to talk a lot, I think, about training and data and recovery. But I thought I would start just by asking you, What's your first memory of playing football?
Well, for me, it's a pleasure to be with you. When I start to play football, I mean,
Yeah.
when I was very, very young, with probably 7, 8, 9 years old, I started to play in home, in the street, with my colleagues, with my friends. And I think this is where everything starts. You know, that you start to feel that the sport is fun, the football.
Did you fall in love with the game immediately?
I think so, yes. Yeah, I thought it was like the first love when I started to play in the street. It was fun, and I said, listen, I like this.
Now, did you know that you were going to be a superstar your whole life? Did you have that feeling like
Never.
No.
Never. I will be false if I say yes. In the beginning, when you start, you always have that passion to enjoy yourself, to spend time with friends, and to have fun. But in the beginning, not even with 14, 15, 16 years old, I didn't feel that. Maybe after that, with 18, 19s, 20s, yes, I start to feel everything was different.
And in that time period, did you find there were a few people that you gravitated to or who gave you that sort of motivation to say, okay, I can do this?
In the beginning, probably was my father. My father in the beginning pushed me a lot, not a lot, a little bit, to follow my dream. In the beginning, with 7, 8 years, it was my father, because he saw that I had some talent, and he kept pushing me to play not only in the street, but we had a local team in Madeira that they call Andorinha. I don't know how you say in English, Andorinha, no sé cómo se dice esa palabra. I don't know how you say, but now they're going to think it's a club,
Sure.
a Madeira club that everyone knows if they, Andorinha. I will tell you in English, is the name of the bird.
Yeah.
And I start, you know, to be with teammates, and I start, you know, the rule of football. I start that there.
Now, we talked when we first met about this difference between making it because of talent and making it because of work ethic. And you said to me you felt like an enormous percentage of your success has come from work ethic, and that there's sort of an unfair perception maybe of you of just being hyper talented, and that's where all the success comes from.
To be honest, I think both have to work in the same time, because talent without work is nothing, and work without talent is nothing too. So I think they both mix up. And of course I have two. I'm not will say that I have more one than the other one, because if you see my whole career for the last 20 years, my level was high, and this is, as you can know, it's really tough. Not only in a football, but in any area. If you are top for 20 years, is unbelievable. And I do that, and I continue to do that. For me, it's a big achievement, and my biggest motivation is to carry on, to still enjoy, to make people happy, to make my family happy. So for me, I have both talent and work ethic.
Do you think you got a lot of that work ethic from your father? In pushing you when you were younger?
Maybe both, my mom too. Mom and dad, my brothers too. I think it's this childhood to make you feel what you are, or make you be what you are. The difficult of things that you pass through in your life make you be stronger mentally to challenge a hard life. And of course the environment too helps. I don't know if you know, but I moved with 11 years old from Madeira to Lisbon, which is it's hard, to be honest. It's probably was the most difficult part in terms of professional of my career. So it was hard to left my family in Madeira to follow my dream in Lisbon without your family, with 11 years old. I can see now my kid, Cristiano, my oldest son. I don't know if I will be capable to let him go to, I don't know.
At this age.
In this age, 2 years more.
Yeah.
Will be tough.
What's the cost? What's the sacrifice of being this good for that long? You know, what do people not see that you're doing?
Life is a box of surprises and it's hard, you know. It's not easy, you know, to be in this level and still push and still motivate to carry on, you know, to score goals, to be in a good shape, to compete with the young lions. They coming, and when they play against me, they want to show me that they are stronger than me and faster than me. You have to prepare very well, not in terms of physically, but mentally too. I think it's very hard. But in the same way, it's a challenge, you know, because as you can see, if you treat good your body, you can maintain so many years. And this is the big challenge for me. And it's great. I feel proud for that. To have this age and still compete in a highest level, for me, it's great and give me motivation to carry on.
Well, a lot of your discipline comes through actually in your Whoop data. We're going to talk a little bit about that. When did you first discover Whoop?
I discovered Whoop a few years ago. And to be honest, for me, it's a tool that can help me. It's like to have a doctor in your wrist.
Yeah.
And for me, I cannot live without Whoop because it's helped me a lot, not only in terms of physically, but mentally, in a sleep way. It's a great tool in my opinion. So I'm really pleased that I use it. It's like in the beginning, I fall in love since I start to use it. So I feel good with that.
Well, a big thing that we've tried to do at Whoop is find people who authentically love the product and then amplify their story. And you've been on Whoop for 646 days now, it turns out. You've got 95% compliance, so you literally wear the product nonstop, it seems like. And for us, like, what's amazing is now we get to show the world, how does Cristiano Ronaldo train? What's it like to be him? What is all the dedication and work ethic that goes into it? So with that in mind, I want to talk a little bit about your data. First of all, you have a resting heart rate of 43 beats per minute, which you know, but that's in the top 1% of men on Whoop. And even amongst professional athletes, it's in the top 3%. So that's, as you say, top.
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 That is good.
Your sleep performance, 81%. So that's pretty good. So on average, your strain is 14.9 every single day.
14.9.
14.9 out of 21. So that's high. You're getting 51% of your days are in the green, and then the rest are in the yellow, and then a very small percentage are in the red. So even with all this training, your body's still recovering, which is really impressive. What are you doing to recover so well?
Well, I can be cookie and say, I give you the map. You are willing to do that?
Yeah.
It's the main point, because everyone wants to be Cristiano, but I give you the map. You think you will do it that? It's difficult. It's
the discipline.
The discipline is the most difficult thing, not only in the sport, but in the life.
So the Whoop Journal, which for people listening to this, allows you to input all sorts of behaviors and activities and lifestyle decisions. You actually track 43 different things in the Whoop Journal. So let's see here. From a diet standpoint, you're tracking carbohydrates, turmeric, zinc, caffeine, vitamin B, vitamin C. Which of those components do you find helps you?
I think it's all package. Helps you to maintain a good nutrition. in my opinion. It's all component, not only these components, but you have a few more that helps you to be good, in my opinion. So small details in the end of the day will make the big difference, in my opinion. So as you say, and I will keep repeat, the consistency is the most difficult thing.
Just doing it every day.
Yes, every day.
Do you ever wake up and you say, I don't want to do it today?
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. We are all human beings. We are not happy every day. We are, not in a good mood every day. It's normal. It's part of us.
What do you do to overcome that?
I fight against that. It's the big challenge. It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. This is the main point. This is why I say our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course, no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it. Probably yes, because your mental strength is coming from that moments that in a hard moments, you should do it. So, and I do it because after that, maybe in the beginning you feel hard to start, but after when you finish the gym or cold plunge or even the training, you will feel better. I think it's the big key there.
What's up, folks? If you are enjoying this podcast or if you care about health, performance, fitness, you may really enjoy getting a Whoop. That's right. You can check out Whoop at whoop.com. It measures everything around sleep, recovery, strain, and you can now sign up for free for 30 days. So you'll literally get the high performance wearable in the mail for free. You get to try it for 30 days, see whether you want to be a member. And that is just at whoop.com. Back to the guests. Let's talk about some of your recovery modalities. You've got massage therapy, cold showers, cold plunge, sauna, steam. There's 208 days where you've logged cold showers. 35% of the days you're recording a recovery modality. Talk a little bit about these different habits.
For me, it's right now, it's a normal day in office, as you say. Yeah. Sometimes it's part of my life. It's like some people, they don't brush their teeth every day. They don't take a coffee every day. So I take cold plunge every day because it's part of my routine, my journey. It's not a sacrifice for me, to be honest. I enjoy to do that. Serious. I'm not saying that just to surprise the people. No. I'm enjoy to do this kind of stuff. Probably for some persons that a sacrifice is a nightmare, but for me, no. I really enjoy, to be honest, because I felt after that I feel good.
What's your routine? Like, which order do you do things?
We are animals of routines, and my routines, it's 19% of my days, they are very similar. You want to know since I wake up?
Let's do it.
So in the morning, I wake up, I have my cold plunge, I have my machines, I have my showers and everything. I wake up, I go there. First thing, I diving in.
First thing in the cold plunge.
First thing, yes. I prepare my water to drink because, as you know, during the night, we've been dehydration, it's very low. So I take my water, my shower, my cold plunge. I coming down, be nice with my family, with my kids. I give a hug. I coming out to have lights in my eyes.
Morning sunlight.
Yes, 2-3 minutes just to give the information to my brain that it's early
time to wake up.
Yes, and after that I take my coffee, and when I start my day, nice conversation. It's my routine. What I like to do it's like in the morning to sit, take my coffee, speak with my kids, with my wife, and start the day. This is my routine. After, of course, during the day I have 1,000 things to do it, but this is the basic points. This is
That gets you started.
yes.
And do you have any form of mindfulness, meditation, breathing
Yes.
practice?
I don't do it every day. I do it, for example, the breathe. I do it in meditation when I feel a little bit more stressful, especially the day of the game.
Game, yeah. When you do meditation before a game, do you visualize the game at all? Visualize moments in the game?
Yeah, sometimes I do it to visualize a few points that can happen in a game. I like to do it, and sometimes it's my subconscious that do it by himself.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice. You visualize a few things, not even during the game, but during the period that you go to the stadium to warm up, you know, before the game, during the game. And it's fun. It's fun, to be honest, and I like to do it.
It's amazing how they can come true. What you see can come true, right?
Many things. Even sometimes I speak with my friends and I tell them, I say, listen, today in the game we're gonna have a penalty. I felt the day of the game that they're gonna give a penalty and something will happen in the game. I felt, so I go more prepared, because if you visualize before, you will be more prepared for that moment. So it's fun.
I notice when you do a free kick or a penalty, there's like a moment right before you kick the ball, right? Where you go like...
Breathing, because make you calm. When I do that, my heart rate
comes down.
comes down.
Is that something you practiced?
Yeah, you have to practice.
But the routine of it, everything
routine,
leading-
because even in the training I do it.
Yeah.
I don't do it only in a game. I do it even in the training. So, because it's a habit. When you do so many things, one thing, you become a habit. So, this is what I try to do every time.
Well, it's really exciting to get to know you more, Cristiano, and talk about all of this. Tell me, why Whoop? Why this partnership?
Why? Because I think, as I told you before, for me, is a fantastic tool. Helped me a lot to be a better man, better person, better athlete. And you can see what you do during the day, during the night. So it's a fantastic tool. And of course, that I know too that you, the company, they're going very well, and the perspective for the future it seems very bright. So this is good, and I really love the product. So it's easy match up for me, and to meet people like you, good people. I know even better that my decisions was perfect. So I'm really glad for that, and congratulations for invent this tool, because it helps so many people, and one of these people, it's me. So
Well, thank you very much. And I'll just say, like, for me and everyone who works day in and day out to build this company, and it's many hard hours, these moments and getting to work with people like you make it very fulfilling. So thank you, Cristiano, and thanks for coming on the Whoop Podcast.
thank you very much.
All right.
Very much.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Whoop Podcast, please leave a rating or review. Please subscribe to the Whoop Podcast. Check us out on social at Whoop, at Will Ahmed. Have a question you want to see answered on the podcast, email us podcast@whoop.com. Call us 508-443-4952. If you're thinking about joining Whoop, you can visit our website to sign up for a 30-day free trial membership and take the first step to unlocking your own best performance today. New members can use the code WILL, W-I-L-L, to get a $60 credit on Whoop accessories. And that's a wrap. Thank you all for listening. We'll catch you next week on the Whoop Podcast. As always, stay healthy and stay in the green.
Hey, Jordy.
Do you want to jump on the remix of my England song?
No.
Come on, England. Come on, England. Come on, England. What?
What?
It sounded like that. I didn't say that.
Is that a remix?
I didn't say that.
What?
Let's have another one.
That's the Bermondsey version.
We want to get the song out there. We want to get it playing around the stadiums.
All
We wanna get-
playlists.
Yeah, bro.
Download, stream.
All the money goes to
Steve-O.
England. we've been around this table a few times over the last few weeks. Where obviously we're pumping out a lot of content. End of the season, like it should be the nerves should be up. But as we all know, relegation sorted, top 4 sorted.
End of the season, you're wearing essentials, yeah? Yeah, it's a nut, man.
It's quite thick actually, and it's warm outside. Well, it's not warm today, to be fair. It was warm yesterday.
Yeah, it's a nut, man. What you got today?
Oh, this is nothing. It says New York.
So you're standing with Kendrick?
What you got over there, Paul? Levi's Daily Paper. Shorts
Supreme it is actually.
Supreme, yeah.
Come on, NFL, Jaguars, Yeezys, Spartans.
Now talk us through your fit, Geordie.
These are all gifts. These are all gifts. These are all gifts. Just a Fitbit over here.
No, man.
What have you done?
It's supposed to be a quarter chicken. Look at this.
What is it? Half of that?
Bro, what
I'm
is, what are them? Oh, brother. I don't even
see,
like
can
the
you turn it a
vegetables.
bit?
They look like gel vegetables, man.
You been gel?
Oh my God! For the people listening, it doesn't look like a quarter chicken. It looks like a third.
Looks like a third of chicken. Huh? No. You're making a mockery of me.
You lot didn't come to the.
Not making a mockery of me.
A third is bigger than a quarter, by the way.
Huh?
Quick maths. What's bigger than a third?
A fourth.
Good one.
Yeah, four's bigger than 3.
No, half. Yeah, just making sure I'm not the only one. Jesus. Should we do that one day? Should we do a filthy maths contest?
I'm losing.
Yeah.
I'm 100.
Is it?
Oh, we're good at it.
Who do you think's the best at maths on filthy?
Lumos.
We talked a lot about stuff that we should be getting into on this show over the last
What you
few
trying
weeks.
to get into?
Has anyone tried X-Men 97 yet?
Oh, damn it.
Well, the movie. Oh yeah.
I don't do superpowers in that, bro.
The new cartoon series.
I watched that when it was out, right?
I can't do that stuff.
They followed it up with a new series in 97.
I know. I need to get
And
back
they're
on
dropping an episode a week, and it's the best show on TV right now.
Oh, Jesus, in my pants.
Storm got her powers back in it.
Bro, did you see what happened at the end of that episode?
Bro, you lot sound like losers.
You saw what happened at the end of that episode?
What, when she got them back?
No. Oh, you ain't seen the new one?
No.
Poet. Am I in the Matrix?
Oh, so I'm in for a treat.
Bro. Craziest episode of X-Men ever.
You lot said that before when...
It's getting crazier.
Our film club, by the way, failed.
Where can I watch this?
Disney Plus.
Can I just jump in now? Or do I need backstory?
No, I think you could watch it now.
I'm going to try it,
When
yeah?
was you born?
Bro, we do this every time I see you, bro.
No, 95.
I was born in 95.
95. Bro, don't do that. You're the oldest. But listen.
You wish.
95, yeah. Okay, you was 2. You could probably understand it.
X-Men came out in 92, to be fair, originally.
I was 92. Ooh, I don't know, man. The language was different in 92, bro. I swear to God. Am I lying? From 92 to 95?
So what language can I not take?
No, you're quite old school and you've got an old soul. Old hair.
You can't say a man's got old hair.
Bro, you just went viral for your hair starting at the back, though.
I'll just take the viral. Took that one. I was replying and all that. You know what? I'll take this one. It's been a while.
Oh,
The film club though, it did film. But it didn't because I watch more stuff now. Much more. I watched Baby Reindeer. That was
That one, come on.
That was crazy.
A man in full? Anyone?
Don't get off Baby Reindeer. She is telling the truth.
Shut up.
What?
The real one on Piers
Martha,
Morgan.
the real
Yes.
Did you watch the interview as well?
Yes.
On Piers Morgan.
I watched it all.
I watched
And
the
you
whole
watched
thing.
the series as well.
And the series.
You don't see how they're the same person.
How? If she's never met, like, you know, that's what I was like, so he's, so, they're spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah?
perfect, yeah.
So, I believe, I know what you're saying. You're saying that because it's so spot on that it
He
must have
hasn't said
happened.
anything. What are you saying?
I'm saying he's lied. She ain't been in prison.
She has, isn't she?
Not for him. Didn't get the 9 months and all the
Okay,
rest of it.
okay,
Yeah.
Was that
4
proven?
years, 9 months.
Was that proven?
Well, he hasn't proven otherwise. Like, you need to
Do
come
you really
out,
think
dude.
you can go all the way to Netflix, make all of these accusations and get it wrong?
Yeah. I do believe you could do that.
Fair enough.
The end might be creative, yeah.
Nah, they've exaggerated. I think, listen, she's crazy. Yeah. And he's
Careful,
exaggerated.
she's suing people.
You know what I
He's
think's a bit
exaggerated.
yucky, yeah? That he didn't go to lengths to protect her identity, but the guy actually abused him. He
Gone
covered
through
him.
lens.
Wow, that's a great point.
That's nasty. That's nasty work.
That's a great, they both abused him, by the way.
Yeah, but
Well, she just grabbed his
One was
dick,
by the canal.
Yeah, but what?
which is bad.
14,000 emails.
41,000.
I'm learning.
And she said there was only 6. And you believe her. And it started off as 2. And then she was like, oh, maybe we just...
You know what's crazy though?
She said a
Did
couple.
you see her tweets?
Oh my
Yeah, a
God.
couple crazy ones.
The
there.
one about hanging the curtains?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying, all I'm saying is he exaggerated, yeah, which is fine. But he didn't say it was based on a true story. I don't think. Oh, he did.
Brother, did you
Hey,
watch
Bob
Ba-
Marley
did
was
you watch
exaggerated,
Baby
you know.
Reindeer?
Hey, Bob Marley's exaggerated, you know. If you really think a man came back in the house after they shot Bob Marley and said, "We're sorry," and everyone just started crying and hugging, you're right.
You might be the only person who watched that film.
No, I watched it.
I watched it. I watched
watch
it.
it?
I watched it. I tried to.
I watched it about 3 weeks ago.
Is it? Tree. You said tree.
You really did it?
3 hours
I
ago.
watched it.
3 weeks after watching Bob Marley.
Did you watch what Jennifer did? Have you seen that?
No, is that any good?
Oh, the Asian girl, yeah.
That is crazy.
Is it?
What Jennifer did is
Someone
crazy.
told me about that.
What did she do, Paul?
I don't
What did
know.
she- What did she do, Paul?
I don't even know if you can't.
You don't like true crime, too?
Give this one a chance.
I like true crimes, but I think Netflix has ruined true crimes. They drag them out. There's always a middle episode. You're like, I didn't need this episode.
This is one. This is just one
Oh,
episode.
it's a film.
It's just
okay.
a one
All
thing.
All right, safe. I'll
It's
watch
just a
that.
one. It's a very left turning was crazy.
The problem is when you watch one of them about something that you know some information about, you start going, well, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. This, and then you start looking at all those documentaries about everything and start thinking, most of this stuff that people make films about is just padding.
Nonsense.
It's just padding.
It's got to take it for the entertainment, I guess. Then
I like the ones that I don't know stuff about, and you're like, so then you can just like what you said.
Yeah, you could just enjoy it for the face of it, but try not to overcomplicate it. Because like, you know, when you watch like animal documentaries and that, when you see close-ups of like animals chilling and that, that's fake.
What?
That's not real. Like, and the sounds are all fake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all edited.
Yeah, even at him, bro.
Once you know that, and you have to do that to teach us, because otherwise we don't want to see drawings of stuff happen. We want to see stuff happen. It does take away a little bit of the like.
Wait, talking of that, here we go. So there's this animal thing. I don't know what it's called. I don't know where they're set. It's in Africa, and there's 6. There's 6 episodes. Yeah. I watched one of them. I must have been 4 episodes in of number 4. Let's turn it on BBC 2. It's an actual series where they've made into a so it's real shot, but it's shot like a movie.
Are you gonna have to explain? The audience right now is like,
where did you watch it?
No. Oh my God. Would you know what it is? Nope.
He said Lion King.
Lion King. No. So it's like a document. So they've got real animals, but they've named them. So the elephant, and then the elephant was the pack with Mowgli to say that's the lions. I know Mowgli's a boy, but just using him as a lion.
Is there dialogue in it, or is it?
No dialogue. No dialogue.
Okay, so yeah, look, that Meerkat Manor was kind of like.
Oh,
that,
there you
where
go.
it was
Yes.
Like, Freddy's doing this, and then it'd be like catch up with Steven and that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
mate, that's crazy.
It's good. It's good storytelling. It's clever.
I just didn't believe that the elephant was really getting chased by the lions. I just thought it was different times.
The lion called Mowgli.
No, because
named
they
after a
didn't
boy.
get the same setting right, so it was different. And maybe that's my eye, but yeah, I was like, this is lies.
I've been going to People's Cup finals.
Yeah, what's that about? Obsession?
I like all levels of football, man.
You going to your own?
Oh, if I can get tickets.
Would you go to that? Would you go to the cup final knowing you're going to lose?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the stadium's going to be empty. City fans can't fill Wembley.
Hey, some people are deluded, man.
The day at Wembley is a thing.
Yeah, day at Wembley is a
The
thing.
day at Wembley
No,
is a
it's
thing.
nice, but you know, at the end of the day, you want it to end nicely, happy ending, and all of that type of stuff.
Wigan beat City at Wembley.
I was in Wembley in August, man. This is August. I got the tickets, pictures. Yeah. When was the last time you went Wembley?
Me?
Not charity show. We're not doing that.
Why not?
I'm not doing that.
No.
Nah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing
Oh,
that.
cool.
We're not doing that.
Remember my team got
You need to
promoted?
go Wembley at the end of the season, not the start of the season.
Yeah, it's facts.
You'd rather go at the start of the season.
No, no.
Because it means you either won at the end of the season or
It's
you
just
finish second or won the league.
something, yeah. I like that, T. It's reinforcing a point.
Just say
What's
my
that?
bad.
What did you win at the end of the season?
We'll
then?
find out.
They did
We'll find out.
They just came second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because Man City were dominating. With the second, to be in second best of Man City is
Nah,
not bad.
you shouldn't argue, man. I didn't think they should have argued after, but he came back and he was right to come back. You are dead.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're
I hear
done.
you.
That's the half past
I
6.
hear you. West Ham are rubbish, you know. It's over now. Man, are dead. It's over
Oh my
now.
God,
it's
he's
over now.
deflecting.
It's over now. It's over. It's over.
We're going to talk about green shoots of hope after we do the intros. Green shoots of hope around the Premier League, because this season
I think you've made that up.
is going to be what up?
Green shoots of hope.
You've never heard of green shoots of hope?
Has anyone else?
Drake has.
It's referring to like plant life and thing.
I was gardening this
A
weekend.
plant can be
actually.
dying, and then a green shoot pops up, and you go, "Wow, it's back!" Hope.
Oh, so you don't even. So if a plant's dying, you don't get rid.
No.
Me, yeah.
I just bought one back. Chopped a couple of leaves off, watered it, a little bit of attention, it's starting to come back now. Put it in the
Bonsai tree.
sun. Huh?
Bonsai tree.
No, it was Mexican.
This year's Premier League, like the 3 relegated teams, they got 26, 24, and 16 points.
Where that come from?
So when you talk about Forest, Brentford, Everton, Fulham, Wolves, you might be talking about very good seasons, right? But really, you're talking about they were never really under threat. And you look at the top 8, and Chelsea have leapfrogged Man United, Newcastle. They could still get leapfrogged by Chelsea, by the way. Tottenham kind of whimpered. Villa, they're there. Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. I just want to try and find some green shoots of hope for next season. What we can be inspired by going into next season.
Should we start?
No, because we're going to do the intros.
Okay. Because I know us.
Oz. I respect it.
From my right to my left, he was recording something the other day. He is quite invested in the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar beef, despite me only knowing him as a Drake fan.
Also, Tigo, I don't trust kites.
Kites? What's the trust?
I saw Fulham fly a kite. I knew what it meant. They didn't care.
Oh, in training.
Spurs are flying kites. He didn't care.
My boy flew a kite this weekend. So
Is
I,
it?
well,
I don't
know
trust
what
your
you're
boy.
talking about,
Flying a kite.
Yeah.
At training. They're not taking training serious, and that's why Arsenal didn't win the league.
Next on the panel, he's ready for a new era of West Ham United.
Yes.
He has been streaming and he's been gardening, so he's got a nice tan right now.
Yes. Steve the madman. Man with the gap.
King of snap.
Thanks for that.
Jeez!
Back.
That was crazy. Back to back.
Yeah, you're good, George.
You man were playing tennis. I'm rating it.
Yes, Jordy.
Next on the panel this weekend, he was commentating in an M. Huncho versus Potter Paper football match. I think M. Huncho played left wing.
With the mask on.
And Montreux just played as gaffer. Potter Paper did his Razor Ruddock.
With the West Ham top. I
He was
see him.
centre back. And I was gardening. I was gardening too.
Oh, you done commentary there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran commentary.
Do you like commentary? You like doing it?
Yeah, it's easy stuff, man. It's easy stuff. You just say the basics.
Nice gig. What do they give you for that?
Against the run and play.
A mask and a CD.
Hey. We was arguing at the same time about our bets. I was literally commentating and texting Margs about bets. We were arguing.
His name's Geordie, not Jordan.
Talk to me important, man.
And next on the panel, he's almost as invested in Poet in the Drake versus Kendrick beef, but he's found a nice solid ground of I don't care, I just like Drake. His name's Mods.
Yeah, that's true. Happy medium. You get me? I could admit that he lost. So
You couldn't.
no
For a
harm, no
while.
foul. I could. I could.
Well, that's the intros. And boys, this weekend was crazy. We had money on the line. Everybody here put their money where their mouth was. Steve-O the Madman.
Yes. There's obviously another game tonight, so my money ain't coming to my account yet.
No, yeah.
I've been checking.
let man know.
Yeah, I've been checking, yeah.
You got to let
So it's
man
cool,
know.
it's cool, innit?
Can I just say though, I had to brush my picks.
Are you going to read them out, or? No, because I'm not sick of
You
you.
done well, bro.
Very well.
What are you sick of, bro?
We talked last week about how with LeBom, like you get correct result, you get 6 points, correct score, you get the 6 points, and you get 20 points for the correct score. And they are really difficult to come by, as witnessed by this weekend when Steve-O got 2.
It's close to 3.
Again, this was messed up, right? Because you're watching Saturday football and you're tuned in and you're thinking, okay, it's going this way, it's going that way, it's going that way. Dan had 3-0 in the City game. Marks had 3-0 in the City game. 97th minute, Julian Alvarez gets a penalty. Me and Steve-O get correct scores, 4-0. So straight away, boom, you're gone, you're gone.
That must have been annoying, bro.
Then Brentford versus Bournemouth. Brentford are winning 1-0. Bournemouth pull it back in 85th minute, Solanke goal. And then again in injury time, Steve-O bags. Savage Dan had 1-1. He would have had a correct score in 2 games if not for like 4 minutes of football.
But he didn't.
And
And
Steve-O's
I did.
got 2 correct.
God bless
But
the
the thing about Steve-O you can't argue with is
The
he
results.
also got the Everton result. He got the Newcastle result. He got the Tottenham result. He got the West Ham result. He got the Palace result, and he got the Chelsea result.
Crazy.
You went crazy, fam.
But Poet probably could have done better with Spurs. Had one more.
Poet could always do better.
That was a close line.
Poet, Marcus, and Geordie finished bottom, joint bottom.
Don't say like there's 20 teams and there's a bottom 3.
Where did I finish? I finished 4th.
Was I above
No,
these,
it
man?
was joint. No, it was joint.
We had the same
Geordie,
points, bruv. It's
Poet,
alphabetical
and Marks
order.
finished with 24 points in 4th place. Cut adrift.
Yeah, fair
Cut
enough.
adrift.
Do you know what? I virtual spot, I
yeah.
apologize.
Yeah,
my
go on,
bad. We're the same.
But to be fair, Marks, I don't know if you noticed this, but you nearly got the correct result in the Arsenal Man United game, but Onana was making some saves.
No, you know what it was? It was close, even though not correct scores, but a couple of the results that I had was nearly there, man. But almost doesn't count. So
Oh, I was just gonna
great
say
song
that,
by
Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Le Bon's got this class function where you can click the graph that literally shows you through the games how everyone's doing. So you follow the graph, and it's like,
Have I been top at any point?
no, Jordy, no, you have not. It's 2 weeks in a row. You might want to give up football.
Yeah, maybe.
By the way, for anyone interested, Tigo finished second, Dan finished third.
No one's interested.
It seems like there's a theme going on here. Like the people who know ball, and you lot.
Oh, so now Dan knows ball.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize he was taking it seriously. So next week we'll see what I got.
I would say that.
Is that you did?
The top two are probably the top two that know most ball.
Oh,
here,
shut
and
up.
that's factual.
I think next week I'm top 2.
Easily.
How about that?
I can't wait
We
for
could
next
put
week.
a separate side bit on that.
I think it's the last game of the season. We go more, man. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky.
I'm on it. What you on?
We put 25 on that last one.
Yeah, same again.
25, not 30.
I'm a big man, but I'm not.
You know.
Yeah, that's your winnings.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going in with what I've obviously won. So
30, yeah.
Last game of the season.
Last game, man. You got to go a bit more.
Tough to call. It's tough to call them games.
Do you know why I realize you do well? You're not invested like that. You support West Ham. You don't care. You're not going to win anything. You're not going to. I'm an Arsenal fan. We might win the league, so sometimes I get it wrong.
Steve-O, tell him you won something last year and they didn't.
exactly.
And then we took your best player.
You know what I clocked? Because obviously, Saturday, I'm busy, innit? I can't watch every game. But the app's telling me, yo, them man have scored your 5th. Them man have scored your 3rd.
You never got to third.
See, don't do that.
Now the update thing's good, yeah, man. You know, I'm looking forward to next week. All 10 games on at the same time. So I hate that I had to wait to get my money until like Monday and all the rest of it. This time,
So 90 minutes. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
90 minutes, so you
And
get
then money
yours,
get my money.
Come on, my brother.
Spend the money in the pub.
So you're saying you're going to win?
I think so.
But that's our Le Bon League is heated up now. I felt like this weekend was tense. This weekend, when I saw Steve pulling away, I was very annoyed.
It's gonna be my chance to win my money back anyway. Honestly, I rushed it, and the only reason why I even knew that I had to put the bet on because the app tells you when kickoff is.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I was like, I'm running out of time.
So you didn't have much time to actually make a decision?
No.
No, and in his defense, it did look like you rushed it.
Oh, wow.
Right now, I need my money back. Because I think Steve-O got luck.
No.
Well, if he wasn't lucky, you got to do it twice.
Last game of the season, I'm expecting not many draws.
You're going for it.
People got to go for it.
Let's do a couple of picks then. What are we saying about, say, Arsenal Everton?
Last day of the season, Highbury going out on a high, 3-0 Arsenal.
What?
Yeah,
Actually, Emirates. Thank you.
they're gonna smash Everton to bit.
Come last.
I'm gonna go with 3-0 as well.
Steve-O?
These men are panicking. You hear it in their voice. It's easy, boys. Listen, Everton are playing well. Without the points deducted, they'd be right up there. I think Sean Dyche is actually doing probably one of the best jobs
There's nothing
in
to do
the
with the
Premier
score.
League.
Are you about to say that Arsenal aren't going to win?
No, but they will concede. They will concede first.
Okay.
But I know that's not it. If we wanted to get into that, I could go right to the nitty. But yeah, I think it's going to be 3-1 Arsenal.
Poet. Now tell them about 1997-98.
4-0, 97-98, Tony Adams at famous moment. You remember that
Bloody
moment?
hell, yeah,
Or
yeah.
could we can go 2004, 2005 when Patrick Vieira chips the goalkeeper. We can do that if you want. We could even go to the time we won 4-2 just the other day. Danny Welbeck scored, Aaron Ramsey, such a...
If we do a
4-0.
Le Bon where it's old school results,
How would we do that?
I'm not saying if there was, this guy's winning, yeah?
You know the results are recorded. They're already there, so there's nothing to predict, Steve-O.
But go on, what's Everton Arsenal
4-0.
versus Everton?
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah, we're going to tuck him in, man. Good day and still not win the league.
I'm going to say 5-0. I'm going to say Arsenal just rout it. I think Everton are probably on holiday a little bit. What are we saying? City versus West Ham, Marks?
Oh, they might need goals for this goal. Oh no, 3-1.
That's fair. Geordie?
2-0 City.
Steve-O?
West Ham is going to do a one. Do you remember when? You remember?
Defo.
Manchester United, West Ham, last game of the season. Yeah, man, Blackburn.
Remember that?
They lost.
West Ham are going to spoil it.
We're going to spoil it. We are spoilers.
What year?
That was
95.
Mr. 1-on-1.
Bare one-on-ones.
And they called me. No, it wasn't bare. Don't
I
do
was just
that.
coming
He's
to
angry
life
at that.
sometimes, yeah.
It wasn't bare 1-on-1. It was one crucial one in the last
What?
minute.
Andy Cole and Manchester United, Scholesy, all of them missed loads of chances that game. And it's fine. It happens.
Is it Pavel Cernicek or Shaka Hislop?
This is 95, by the way, yeah?
Anyway, so I think we're going to spoil it. I'm going 1-0 West Ham.
1-0
Bowen.
1-0 West Ham, Bowen.
You're going to win 1-0?
Yeah.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, man. Trust me. You lot got it. You lot got it.
Respect it.
Poet? Without emotion.
Without
If you
emotion.
want to win.
West Ham 0, Manchester City 4.
Idiot.
I might go 5-0 as well.
They're scoring more and more goals every week.
It's not West Ham's fault.
They'll be
City
on
are
holiday.
buzzing. West Ham got nothing left to play for.
David Moyes.
We'll do one more game. We'll focus on Brighton versus Man United, Margs.
Oh,
No, that's the team that's not playing
Bro,
for
it
nothing.
don't matter what
Brighton.
it is, bro.
Danny Welbeck hat-trick. Say it.
You had Man United losing to Arsenal, so
Yeah, I think we need to go.
out of
Yeah.
Europe.
I'm just trying to figure out what the score will be. 2-1, 3-1.
Who's scoring for you?
Huh? On goal.
You heard me.
Maybe Onana. 2-1, Brighton.
Okay, thank you for that.
Sorry.
Jordy. He took that seriously.
I'm gonna go for 2-0 Brighton.
How do you got faith?
Steve.
Just think of your score.
Brighton are playing for nothing. De Zerbi don't even like he wants to be there anymore.
He said he wants to.
4-0 United.
4-0 United.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
De Zerbi ain't playing. You don't want to be there.
Oh, you want to lose? Let's look in our answers.
Yeah. Who's got that one in? I'll go wrong with that.
Poet. Brighton. Man United.
Let's go for a laugh. I'll go for 5-0 Brighton. Oh, people don't want money.
Brighton
Cool.
don't have the goals in them like that, but I would love to see it.
What's it? Where is it?
Brighton.
Oh my God.
Oh, shut up.
Oh no.
Shut
Oh no.
Where's Old Trafford, man?
That was their La Perona.
That last.
Sunday gone with all the rain. Pathetic fallacy.
No, it's not 4-0. Man United will win though.
Go on.
2-0.
Well, boys, Le Bon next week is for all the marbles. Is it? I mean, it got important this week.
Yeah, man.
It
I
got
was
energized.
happy. Like I needed that. I've been getting a lot of stick online.
Steve must be an online bully for his football takes.
I needed that, man. I know ball.
It gets you, innit? Does it get to you? A little bit.
That's how I'm doing
A little bit.
Trust me, it's the most fun we've had on like a Premier League weekend for a long time. You should set up a Le Bon with your friends.
Wait, do you know there's a chat room in it?
Yeah, Dan puts a little dog in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was going to talk, because I just thought, I don't know, I'll wait till next week.
Boys, this season, I know Marg said it's been very exciting. I remember that from that debate about 4 weeks ago.
It's going down to the wire. I would agree.
The top two's going down to the wire.
I would agree.
Is there a wire anywhere else in the Premier League right now?
Yeah, Europe. There's
Is
a
there really,
there's a European
though?
wire.
Like, you've got Brighton away. Chelsea have got Bournemouth at home.
The rest of the what title's been interesting, man.
For the title?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But at the same time,
The
Arsenal...
relegation race ended earlier than we'd like.
Oh my God, so early. Like, you might have a situation where a team could have stayed up with like 27 points.
Watching Liverpool's resurgence and then Ishbed, that was fun. That's fun. That was fun.
This is, I'm just back in the room, boys. I was gone a sec. This is what have we got to look forward to bit.
Even like the resurgence of Liverpool, it didn't involve beating Arsenal or City.
Or United.
It was good, but like because of those bottom three teams, there was just loads of points available.
How many points is that though?
That's 18 points.
And Sheffield United are
we
giving
didn't get
everyone
the heavyweight clashes, the Super Sundays.
Did anyone in the top three drop a point against the bottom three? Liverpool drew with Luton, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, they did. Away from home.
I think Forest took points from someone, no?
They're bottom four.
Come on, man.
You know ball.
I'm just saying, like, okay, I'm excited to see who wins the Premier League, and if there's any justice in the world. Lamar, you remember Lamar?
Great song.
Green Eyes.
From MPK, by the way.
He sings a little bit like he's
Poet.
singing Christmas carols. But if there's any justice in the world, Arsenal win the Premier League this weekend. If there is any karma, any justice, if the matches played count for anything,
If Arsenal win the league, it's not exciting enough.
it wouldn't be exciting. It depends, because ultimately the way they would win it would be by Man City stumbling.
Which is
it wouldn't
excitement.
be like the pressure's not. It's not like. Do either of those teams look like they're under pressure?
Arsenal do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They battered you. They scored one, but they battered you.
Just because of the way they handled it, even going into Spurs when they come to United, that's high pressure situations.
But
like,
they don't look pressured.
I don't know. They look more pressured than City. They handled the pressure. They just handled the pressure. There was pressure at Villa.
Did Villa beat them twice?
Twice, yeah.
And then who else beat them?
West Ham.
West Ham,
Fulham, West Ham.
Fulham, and there's
Newcastle?
another one.
Newcastle 1-0.
And you go to that Newcastle game, they probably shouldn't have lost that game. That was a very suspect referee
ifs and buts, man.
performance. But they beat City They drew with City away, clean sheet, beat Liverpool, drew with Liverpool. Like, Emery clearly has
Something over Arteta.
Arteta's number.
Voodoo.
But Arsenal should be Premier League champions at the end of this weekend. They probably won't be.
But the thing about justice is, like, God looks at everything in totality, you know? So if the football Arsenal played was great, but the fans Arsenal have is poet.
Yeah, but then that's true.
I would love for everyone on the internet to just park that and just say Arsenal needed to improve on last year. They did.
They did.
Arsenal needed to cope with being in the Champions League for the first time in however many years. They did.
Kind of.
Not in the Champions League, they did.
Yeah,
But they didn't affect their league form in that way. And Arsenal needed to not lose to Manchester City this year, and they didn't. If there's ever been a league that they've won because of the resource, is this one.
100%.
They've won 27 games, yeah, most in their history. They're coming down to the wire, and they're still relying on Spurs. This stinks.
Why? For who?
For Arsenal.
Well, it's because Man City.
I like when you say this. So I'm gonna back it.
It's just because Man City
How
are
can
Man
they be
City.
so good? You're saying about if there's any justice in the world, you're quoting Lamar and all that, and they're relying on Spurs.
Because the resource that they're up against is unreasonable.
It stinks.
Do you know why I don't think? Look at Man City. They can go and commit how many crimes? 100 and whatever cases.
Allegedly.
Not happening.
Oh, we're not doing that.
No, it's
snitching.
important.
We're snitching
No,
now, yeah?
Can I make my point? I'll let you lot talk for 900 years. 1 second, thank you. They got the
Sounds like you're doing a Drake there.
maybe. They got the cases. Then you got to take a look at the amount of players that they can just buy every single window, and it don't affect nothing. No other club in the Premier League, barring you wankers, can actually do that.
Have Arsenal spent more than City? No.
No,
Nowhere near.
no, they spent the most. Manchester can only spend money.
Chelsea.
And Chelsea.
Chelsea, mate.
It's not limited
get
to
money up, B.
their player buys. City spend money across everything, which impacts everything.
And by the way, but City, when they spend and the money that they're spending on players, we do know they're overpaying.
most top teams overpay.
I don't think. I think Man United overpay. I wouldn't say City.
I'd say
overpay.
City usually get
City,
bargains from the
City
sounds
getting
of things.
timber. City
City do
buying
good.
timber would have to pay a lot more than Arsenal did. I'd say.
Yeah, but there's 100 million for Jack Grealish.
That's overpaid, no?
That was the going rate at the time. Jack was the hottest thing
But
moving.
can I get back to what Tigo was saying, please? Because I'm considered an Arsenal hater, right? And I am not an Arsenal
Everyone,
hater.
I know that's not true.
That's not you know that's not true, right? I am not an Arsenal hater. So if I put aside all of the pages and you lot and all the rest of it,
Stop saying me. I'm a great example of an Arsenal fan. Carry on.
You are. That's the problem.
yeah, that is the problem. I would like to see Arsenal win the league.
It's time.
I
It's
prefer
time
to
that Man
see
City
Arsenal
can't
win
win the
than
league
Man
every
City
year.
win it 4 times in a row.
Yes, thank you.
Makes
you.
it a glorified Scottish league.
I agreed with you time ago. Arsenal should win this
They've
league.
done it the right way, you
Do
know.
you want them to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal should win this league. They've played football better, and they haven't lost to a big team.
No, and I think every fan has to have a reckon. Every fan that's not involved in this title has to have a reckon and say, you know what, it's better for me, it's better for football, it's better for everything if Man City don't win the league.
I didn't want Liverpool to win the league, and then they done it, and I got over that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Now, if we include all of the pages, the blogs, the people, it's gonna be a horrible thing if they win.
And this is
Horrible.
This is why it's not fair, because Man City don't have a presence. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they don't
not.
have-
So that's why I don't mind
they
that
don't have
though.
people, they've got
When
blocks.
Liverpool won it, it was not nice. When Tottenham were nearly
Yeah, but
winning
Steve,
it was
think
not
about it.
nice.
Yeah, but they'll Leicester it. They'll Leicester it, just like
The
Liverpool.
league will become more exciting knowing that it's just not going to be
You
Man
lot won't
City every
shut
year.
up. Miles has already sat right there and said that.
But why would I shut up? I'm
No, but
confused.
it's called being humble.
Why
Kendrick,
would you be humble?
being a Kendrick fan,
Shut
come
up,
on.
man. Football fans are
Well,
humble.
no, so if you win the league, you don't be
What do
humble.
you want?
Okay, yeah, you're
Football
right.
fans
you're
are
right.
just
No,
sit down
man,
and go,
hey,
oh,
hey,
we won.
Hey,
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 shut up.
You shut up, yeah? Nah, you're right. I'll
People
shut up.
said
I'll shut up.
Being a Kendrick fan.
Yeah. Right, listen. I'll shut up.
But they'll
right.
Leicester it, just like
You
Liverpool.
wouldn't be humble, would you? If you won the league?
No, I'll be bowling. Are you
Yeah,
crazy?
no, you shouldn't be.
Wow. I'm gonna have to take it, boy. A whole season if they win, you know.
hey.
Yo,
What?
Would you be humble if you won the league?
I'll take it.
Would you be humble if you won the league?
Well, we won the Conference Cup, and I was going crazy.
fam, even when you beat Arsenal, I'm having to deal with all of your.
Yeah, I was going crazy.
Come on, bro.
Wins. I'll go crazy at the wins. Yeah, that's why it's great supporting West Ham, man.
But it'll be good. Think about it. It's not even just winning the league. It's beating Pep Guardiola's treble
no,
winning
yeah,
Man
it's
City.
mad.
Why
Yeah,
should I
yeah.
not be happy about that?
Yeah. Wow.
We didn't have a goalkeeper
But they
in
have to
August.
lose to us.
Right, where's Ramsdale?
Huh? Somewhere of his, I don't know. But Raya came in. most clean sheets, Golden Glove.
Well, I wish you lot the best, man.
But look, ultimately, we're going to focus on next season right now because there's nothing we can do to affect this weekend's results. Man City probably win the league, Chelsea probably finish in Europe, and Manchester United probably sack their manager if they've got any sense.
If they got any sense.
If you were to say, right, let me focus on next season right now, what would you say is something exciting to look forward to in the 2024-25 season?
For Man United?
Yeah, go on.
It can't get worse than this.
That's true. Kobe Mainu from August. It would be interesting to see.
You say his name properly.
Sorry, Kobe.
Kobe.
He's 6 foot.
He's 2 Bs.
Is he 6 foot? I saw him in FIFA and I was like,
I didn't know that. I'm going to figure that out for myself. I'm going to go meet him. I'm going to figure that out for myself. Are
you done with United? Is that it?
Is that it? Yeah,
it can't get worse.
Because I've got...
Oh, you've been dying to say George Urphy's name. Go on.
You took that from me. George Urphy scored his first goal. So he made his debut.
Yes.
Got knocked out. Had to come off. But there's been a lot of hype about him. They do say he's the new Declan Rice, but I just think the next guy coming through...
Scored with his first touch.
Huh?
Scored with his first touch, correct?
Scored with his first touch, but mate, he's such a sick little player.
What position is he?
They put him on the wing, but he was coming inside like just...
I like when
beautiful.
I like when players come through at West Ham, you know.
But it's beautiful, honestly.
I do like that because they don't a lot anymore. Not like they used to anyway.
They used to be crazy. You lot used to be the best.
Yeah, well, you take them, didn't you? Like they get taken, but now they're just getting taken earlier. Like,
okay.
City took one. Like, yeah, they just take them
Yeah,
earlier.
that's the problem. You want to talk about Man City and how much money they spend? Cool. Now let's talk about how many kids they're plucking from academies around the world, and then selling them for 50 mil.
Are you saying they're fans? They're a fan.
Yeah.
They're a fan. They're a fan.
Pep's got a weird case. Why is he around?
Oh, City. Yeah, but so that's my thing to look forward to.
Just George Urphy. Just get two.
No, but that's not just for West Ham. That's for England.
Okay, but is there anyone else at West Ham?
Oh, you're doing bigger picture, yeah? For all of us.
Is there anyone else at West Ham?
Yeah, there's another guy called Casey, centre back. He got on the other day. He's tall, bit gangly at the moment, but he'll fill it out.
Kalen Casey.
Who's your new gaffer going to be?
The one that was at Wolves, man.
Lopetegui.
I just don't fancy that.
I'd love for you to
What other jobs has he done?
He done
that Real Madrid guy, that one that done Spain as well.
Yeah, he's the one.
That's your manager.
He's the one.
But Bayern Munich are after him as well.
He's not bad.
So he must be half
They're
decent.
after Ten Hag as well.
He's a good manager, mate. He's a good manager when he's got the right overmars.
Well, would you take him? Would you take Ten Hag?
When he's got the right overmars.
Wait, Moyes is leaving.
Would I take Ten Hag?
Ten Hag's linked to West Ham. You take him, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, 60 injuries is unheard of in a season. There's only 25 man in the squad, bro.
When Newcastle had the injuries, we sat at these tables saying, "Oh, poor Eddie Howe."
Chelsea, 2 teams there ahead of you with a similar injury list.
Yeah,
Not similar, no. 60 injuries, no one's got that.
Is that 16 now? Has that been something that's been throughout the season? Or
And Wayne Rooney says a lot of the players you lot are saying are injured aren't injured.
I believe that.
Look, you can hear that, but
Rooney said
most
that as well,
players, most players that ain't like 100% anyway. But like 14 different centre back combinations. Like, what are we doing here?
Who are West Ham losing this summer?
Who are we losing?
Paqueta.
I think possibly Paqueta
Paqueta to City.
to City.
Has he busted his gambling thing?
No, but I think everyone just likes him.
Paqueta.
Okay.
Antonio's going.
Yeah, I think Antonio will go this
Possibly he might move up north. To a club up north maybe.
summer. Why? What's up north for him?
Bolton.
Yeah. What do you mean?
It's time for
What do you know? What do you know about up north?
I just think he might move up north. To
What
a
club?
Up north.
Oh, just your
Yeah,
fault.
that one
Just
doesn't
your
matter.
fault.
He's from South.
Doesn't matter.
He plays for. What do you mean?
Oh, you got a bit of info? What's going on? You just.
no, Steve. You
said
need to
it.
land.
I don't need to land.
Let's narrow it down. Is he going Forest? He's been there.
I don't know. I don't know nothing.
And
I just think.
that's Midlands.
I'm just north of here.
You need centre backs.
Yeah. I think Kurt Zuma will go. Yeah, I like Kurt, but he literally, even though he defended so well the other day, he doesn't look like he can run anymore. Looks like injuries have caught up with him.
Kicking cats.
All of that, man. Yeah, that hurts.
But they're not going to get that wage anywhere else, though.
Don't stay for your wage, mate. Play for the team. You're not doing it right now. Yeah. Uguer, sorry,
Agued.
and
Mavropanos. You can't say your players' names, man.
Do we need left back? Kreza. I think Kreza's staying. I think Kreza will stay.
Oh, you're happy with that, yeah?
I like Kreza, mate.
But do you like him because he's been at West Ham for years, or do you like him because he's a good player still today?
I like him because he's a good man.
Oh, you're going to go again with a
What a
striker.
man, what a man, what a man.
Oh, yeah, we need a striker. Desperately need a striker. Desperately need a striker. Again. Yeah, but that's why Moyes, unfortunately, is
Get
like,
Skamaka back.
He's getting crazy.
He's doing all right,
He's
but
getting crazy.
Didn't work for us. Didn't work under Moyes. I don't know how this new guy plays. Can anyone help me out here?
Boring.
Is it? Yeah.
Newcastle will be a lot better next year. They're talking about tossing Adebayo and Lloyd Kelly coming in on free transfers.
Great free transfers.
That's business.
Lloyd Kelly's a good centre.
Why aren't Man United doing that business right there?
Brother, we're talking about Newcastle, man. Come on, let's
seriously,
stick to the. You lot are ruining the show.
Stick to the script, up and
I saw Tosin Adebayo linked with you lot like 4 or 5 months ago, and I thought, is he ready to start for Man United? Maybe not. But he's sick. I think he's from up there because he's Man City Academy.
He's from Manny.
Are you joking me? He's English. What? I did not know that.
So T, what you're saying is you saw him linked to City United. You said, You saw him linked to Newcastle and said, why are United not doing this?
Yeah, because Newcastle know that he's not a starter for them. No, he's not going to City to take Sven Botman's spot.
That's
is he?
crazy, though. That is crazy.
Sorry, Newcastle. He's not going to Newcastle to take Sven Botman's slot.
Botman's quality.
So if he goes to Man United and you got Lisandro Martinez, you're losing Johnny Evans,
losing Varane,
if you're lucky.
Hopefully,
you need depth in that position. I think Newcastle, that's genius. If they get both those players, that's genius.
Sven
experience as well.
Botman could have been on a disappointing list.
He got injured.
Injured. Yeah, okay.
Big injury.
You went to just kill Sven like that?
No, because I just remember you lot rating him so high, but he's injured.
Do you reckon Newcastle will keep Isak this summer though? With so much people kind of wanting a striker and like everything going back to that sort of number 9 style with a lot of teams.
I don't know. There's no smoke without fire with Isak, is there? Because they keep talking like he's available. I don't know if he's got an agreement with the club. Like if we don't get Champions League, I can.
I think it's more so the FFP situation.
They've changed the name of that now.
If someone puts the money in,
PRS.
It's called PRS.
PRS? Nah, stay over there.
Leave PRS to me.
Leave it to
music, man. What are you talking about?
But they can't. Can they really afford to lose? Because Eddie Howe came out and spoke about Gomerez's a situation where there is a release clause. He can go for like 80. I think it's 80 or 100, one of the two.
To a top 14.
Can they afford? Yeah. Can they afford to lose Gomerez and Isak in one window? If they lose one, do they keep Isak
I think
there?
they probably can because they'll get a load of money for both of them.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, they're best players, but they've got to spend it. But one thing they've done, like I say, with Adebayo and Lloyd Kelly, you clear up 2 defensive positions there with spending no money. Then you sell Isak and you're laughing. You've got money to spend.
Do you know who I like going to Newcastle? The kid from Sporting Lisbon that's been going crazy, the Swedish.
Yugioh. Yeah.
I like that.
Good.
I watched him at Coventry. He was good. Yeah.
He was too good for that league.
Soft G.
Eurocas,
yeah.
Oh, well done, Mark.
I'm waiting for him to come prem so we can actually figure out how to say his name because Championship commentators, they'll just say what they see.
My friend's a Championship commentator.
Which one?
Aaron McLean.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, but no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
He struggles. I'm joking. We got Ezzy.
Eurocas is a madness on Football Manager, you know.
Is he crazy?
Mad.
Chelsea are going to be decent next year on paper, but Pochettino's like death by cop right now. He's holding the gun to his own head and putting the Chelsea chairman's finger on it and saying, "Go on."
Well, what? Cock.
Because they're asking Poch if you want the job. If you're going to keep the job, they're saying we don't even know if we want the job.
Yeah,
we might walk.
Yeah. So it's not just one person decides if I stay this summer.
That's like Scary Movie. That we said it before when the cock goes in the air. Death by cock. That is insane.
I'm not gonna lie. Chelsea's planning out.
he just resumed play. He just resumed play.
Chelsea's planning out kind of how I thought it would.
They've got a problem though.
Yeah, but they've also
the defense.
Yeah, they've got a problem, but they're also in the right hands. You get me? And no, I think Poch is the right hands for them, and he's getting it together, man. They've been putting together performances. Obviously, there's a little bit missing, but I know you spend all that money not the finished article, but they never was. It's bare young boys and whatever. There's a little bit missing, but they're definitely on the right track. Like they're decent. They're all right.
Yeah, Po. We had
good.
a few episodes ago, quite a few episodes ago, we had this debate about Poch. I think you might have been on my side as it go. It was T that wasn't, but what are we thinking of Poch now? Like in the sense of what he's doing.
He's done good over there. There's a lot going on over there, you know. Like there's a lot going on. It took.
But we
this
knew
long.
that months ago as well, though.
Yeah, but it took this long to work out for a reason. There was a whole lot going on, and everything that they got is not. It's not ideal.
But
There's still a lot to be desired.
If Man United are good, alongside with everyone else is good, and who else? And Newcastle don't get the injuries, and Tonali doesn't decide to go to flipping Ladbrokes. Are Chelsea where they are? Because I think
second half of the season they're top 4.
Who? Chelsea.
Since Boxing Day, only team that's got more points than them is you lot and City.
Like me.
Yeah, they've got like 34 points or something since Boxing Day. Like so, form guy, they'll be third right now.
Because I watched them against Arsenal, they were absolutely shocking.
No, well, that was I think
That was
defensively
shocking.
it was outrageous, and that's the thing is they've got a left back problem. Thiago Silva's going. They've got a big centre back problem.
Enzo might need to go as well, and I love
Really?
that guy.
No,
Bro,
no.
Fam, I didn't even realize. I saw Noni come into the side, and I was like, Noni's playing so well. Noni's playing so well. I even forgot Enzo was out of the. Like they took Enzo out to put Noni in the right. He's been injured. He's been playing so much better. They've been getting better results and more. I can watch them a little
I
bit
think
more.
Enzo coming back in this team with this confidence is gonna
Different.
be a good. Yeah.
He's such a player,
He's a
bro.
good player.
He's such a player.
He's not the
bro.
icing. He's like a part of a puzzle for me.
Honestly, I just call him Madueke, please. 'Cause I didn't know what he was talking about.
What did he
Oh,
say?
sorry.
He's thinking like Noni. I have to ask man, like, who's Noni? Like?
Oh, sorry. No, I chatted to him since PSG days, so sorry, I apologize.
Oh, big friend.
Little bit.
Nah, you set that up too perfect, Paul, man.
Huh?
You set that up too perfect.
Aston Villa in the Champions League is going to be good because Aston Villa in the Champions League is going to be Unai Emery in Europe.
That's crazy.
We know Unai Emery can get jobs done in Europe.
People try and mock him because of his time at Arsenal. He's a top coach.
He lost the league in PSG. He won it after, but he lost it.
Yeah, he lost it to Mbappe and Monaco.
Takes a lot of effort to not win the league for PSG.
Remember they were 4-0 up against Barcelona, and then they got the return leg 6-1.
Was that him?
Yeah, bro. I was like, that is disgraceful, bro. So he's also shit the bed a couple of times.
Yeah,
in
but
Europe.
he's got his CV, man. He's a top coach, man.
But furthermore, when he gets kicked out of Europe, he really gets kicked out of Europe. For Arsenal in the final, battered by Chelsea. Even the other day, when no one's bringing it up, was it 5-2, 6-2 Olympiacos? Then that PSG result, I couldn't believe it.
But getting teams that far, like Arsenal got to the final, obviously Sevilla all those times.
Villa won it 3 in a row. Villarreal.
Yeah,
The Villarreal stuff was
even
good.
Villa getting that far, like it was their first season in Europe, maybe ever. Well, no, they won Europe in the 80s, whatever.
What is Villa's objective next year?
Have fun, I think.
Who's their owners? It's not Randy Lerner and them, man.
No. Randy Lerner's out.
No, I'm just checking. But they got bread though, innit?
Yeah.
Because this new luxury tax thing is going to change the landscape of the league. If man's got money, they're going to spend it.
But they've got the good thing about Villa as well. They've got players like Diaby that came in. This season was okay. I think next season he kicks on. And
Do they
that's already
keep
Bailey doing
well, then
well.
again, they all keep their players because their man will play Champions League, innit? They can at least stay this season. I was gonna say, do they keep Ollie Watkins? Do they keep Ollie Watkins and that?
Ollie Watkins scores 19 goals, 12 assists. You got Leon Bailey going crazy. They're gonna keep those players.
Obviously, he would want to play in Champions League. But
Konsa,
what if another?
I don't see a team that's.
What if
bigger
another
than them.
Champions League
Only
team coming for him?
maybe
What if
Newcastle
Arsenal?
could.
What if Arsenal came out and said we want Ollie Watkins? He's got a big decision to make.
Yeah, I think Newcastle could as well.
Easy decision to make.
It's an easy decision that.
What, go Arsenal?
He said he wants to play when he was younger.
Newcastle got a lot of money and they'd build around him.
But they ain't got no Champions League.
No, it's true. It's true. And you'd think he'd want to play Champions League as a priority. But the idea if Isak went Arsenal, Ollie Watkins, spend that money straight on Ollie Watkins, Villa might look at that and think there might be some business there.
Nah, man, they can't sell their goal machine.
What's it called when it's an effect? So what if
Domino effect.
Knock-on
Domino
effect.
effect.
So who goes to Villa? If Watkins and then Isak.
Solanke.
Ooh.
Sensei.
Oh, man, I'm here, man. And then
Hey,
who goes to
T.
Bournemouth?
Mateta.
Tony.
Crystal Palace. What happens to them next season? Because I like the football that they're playing.
They're gonna get decimated. Whoever buys Elise should buy Eze as well.
No, they should buy Wharton as well.
All three of them.
Wharton's a baller.
All three of them then.
If they had Decore, Eze, Wharton, Elise,
Mateta,
and
don't
what
leave Mateta out.
JP's doing up front, what?
With that new coach coming and yeah, you saw him implement his.
Where was he before? I've seen his face.
He's done good.
Crazy.
You get me? When you do it down there, you notice it and obviously he's got the talent pool to flex a bit. Like they're looking decent. They're playing some good stuff.
But he's playing really good football.
Oh yeah, played West Ham.
And Bayern Munich won him.
Do you know? Have you lot seen Elise's numbers?
15
and 18, 13 starts.
That's ridiculous, bro.
15, 18 what?
15
goals, 18
goal
assists.
contributions.
15 goal contributions, 18 games. Oh, 13 of them starts.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It's a good injured season, man. He's good, man.
Good player.
We was at Old Trafford. I was like, all right, cool. This is his audition.
For another club.
No, for United. But then he done so well. I think he might have talked himself out of the move.
Why? What is
A bigger club.
to another club.
Do you think we could get him? Of course.
Why?
Because we're United.
China
Firstly,
white.
like
No,
firstly.
I saw his text on WhatsApp. He wants Champions League football.
That's not what he said.
You might have to fix the roof
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but we could definitely get Elise. Come on.
and
Man.
start tidying up. And make sure there's actually disabled people in your disabled section.
Well, there's a lot going on. We're starting
There's
from
a lot going
we're starting
on.
from the top. all the way down.
Start from the bottom.
No, the top of the stand.
The top of the stand. Fair enough. No, you should start from the bottom though. Man United need to clear out from the bottom up.
Because the infrastructure and all that's important.
I'd like him at United, Elise. And Eze. Both of them.
Yeah, you should buy both of them.
Not United, man.
So can I say something?
Elise
Every
on
club
that
I
right
talk
is a
about and I give
game
a bit of
changer.
positivity.
You love United for
I
years.
do. I do. I like Arsenal too. I
Just
like
like,
Liverpool.
I like West Ham.
You like West Ham, yeah.
Yeah, I like West Ham.
I know that.
I've always liked West Ham. Always.
Manchester City aren't going to let Real Madrid push them around in the Champions League next year.
That's who we should be worried about, by the way. Madrid
guys.
didn't really push them around. They was on their necks. That was a smash and grab. But Madrid always get it done.
Madrid about to play the 5th place Bundesliga team for the
You know
Champions
what?
League.
I want Sancho to win the Champions League. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because I need.
I want a lot of things though.
I need to recoup as much money as possible for that kid.
I think the price has already gone up because he's there though.
Yeah, if he wins it, solidifies it. 60. What? 60. If he wins the Champions League,
That's cheap.
stay where?
Or more.
The only way he's worth more money at the end of the season is if everyone unanimously accepts the manager got it wrong. That's the only way.
Freaky ass, yeah, 69 gut. Freaky ass, yeah, 69 gut.
Man said facts in the middle of my.
Liverpool allegedly have got the perfect behind-the-scenes structure, and this summer when Arne Slot comes in, it's going to be seamless, and they're going to be title challengers.
Yeah, right.
Perfect. Everything's perfect. For them,
Yeah,
apparently.
right. Because of what Klopp's built over there, yeah. Because the guy could be a good coach and all that, yeah. But if he hasn't got no personality, it's gonna leave a massive void. I don't know him.
No, I've seen a few interviews of him. He's like, cool, he handles it well. But that's to that press over there.
He needs personality, or that void left by Klopp is gonna be filled by just the players, the fans. Just everything, like, because there's something like there's a feel good factor. You get what I'm trying to say? Like Liverpool play with it.
I did read that he's a bit of an anomaly. Like apart from Roy Hodgson, every kind of Liverpool manager has always either been like close to the club. Like even Houllier was a teacher in Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers, because the Irish heritage, there's a Liverpool connection. Jurgen Klopp just is very Liverpool in the way that he carries himself. This is one that does feel a little bit like that breaking tradition.
School teachers could have a good chance of getting a job at Liverpool then.
No,
not so much these days.
Also, when he was in Eredivisie, he was getting coached by Ten Hag.
Arne Slot.
Eredivisie sounds like aphrodisiac.
Stop.
I don't know, how long has he been there?
Trying to get away from the song.
Hey, Mo.
Mo.
Who's Mo?
Marks.
Wrong show, boy.
Eredivisie, you started. You started it like you was gonna say aphrodisiac.
That's a great song, by the way, and no one says it enough.
Randy lost her mind.
It's a great song.
In production.
No.
Oh no, he's the other one, isn't it?
Dark Child.
The more they talk about us.
What about Tottenham Hotspur?
Tottenham. Went off the boil a bit, innit? But they still, if they
Andrew's a
if
fraud.
they finish, he's not. Even if they finished 5th, they would have took that at the beginning of the season. Harry
Of
Kane,
course they would.
Not about the beginning of the season, because you lot say West Ham. We would have took 9th, 8th, where we're going to finish.
No, you wouldn't.
When we done our predictions at the start, I said the top half finish. Me, that's on camera.
That's safe.
No, wait, for what our players we got.
That's safe.
I go through all the other teams and I'll take their players, bro, over ours.
Nah, you
Most
got a
of
better
them.
team than Man United.
No way, man. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
No way.
How many players would you take from United?
I'll take Rashford. I'll take Shaw. I'll take Martinez. I'll take your fucking keeper. Sorry, my language. Sorry. I would take the whole team. I would take the right back now for our right
So
back.
in other words, he's saying 10 marks is rubbish.
He means Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. Oh. I'll take Dalot as well.
You say Dalot?
Yeah, man.
Ahmad Diallo?
I'll take Diallo.
Over Kudus.
Well, no, because we've got Kudus there. But
Yeah, but I've seen the way you shop in like Tesco.
Yeah.
So
everything with a yellow sticker, put it in the box.
Just bare Lucky Charms in your trolleys, man.
Got to eat everything in 2 days.
Hold the phone. Honestly, you got kicked out of Tesco's. What?
The alarm went off. Did you see that part?
No.
Why did you get kicked out?
The fire alarm went off, or something went off.
Oh, so everyone
we
kicked
got,
out.
evacuated.
Oh, that happened to me this morning.
What? So did you have to pay?
You had to leave the shop in there.
Yeah,
and I parked it up in a certain place. Had
Bro,
to get back.
On my life, I just left it. I went home.
What? Nah, I
Nah.
needed it.
What? So you crazy?
I would have left with it.
So, Tottenham Hotspur. Though.
Yeah, you'd been happy with them
They're
finishing
young.
fifth.
Most positions they're young. If they get a striker this year, frees up Son, so he doesn't have to do all that upfront business.
You know who I like for them? I like him for anyone, though. Morgan Gibbs White, man.
Yeah, but it's too obvious, I think.
So what do you want me to do?
I don't know.
What the hell is that?
Can you get Solanke for them? Wouldn't
Are
Solanke
they keeping Werner?
Oh,
I don't think so. Terrible.
I haven't really seen a lot of Werner though, to be honest with you.
He's rubbish.
He's terrible, bro.
He's just
terrible.
fast.
he's not good, man.
He's like
I'm
Garnacho,
sorry.
gets right there and then just messes up.
Don't start me on him, bro.
Alright.
Depth though. Not a lot of depth over there.
They need to sell a lot, but it's building. They've
They
got a lot
still
of
got
centre backs.
Perisic.
No.
What are you talking about?
He's gone back to. He's gone to Split.
He's gone back home. Yeah, he's gone back home.
They got a bit of depth, to be fair, because they go through a few injuries. They have got a bit of depth, and they seem because they're only 5th, and they've had injuries throughout the season.
Depth
Where
is how you look with the second
well, they had
team,
no
man.
Maddison for a little while,
and
and
they
they've
lost
survived.
that whole month.
But I'm saying, look, if you take a look at Tottenham Hotspur, they were always going to be like top 5th, 6th. So when you take a look at Man United, for example, you're like, oh wow, the injuries will be
Villa's
like, that
team
affected
is
them.
bigger than
Didn't affect
Tottenham.
Spurs.
That's why
They've
Villa
got-
are ahead
listen,
of them.
If they was fully fit and had their best team, they'll be top 4.
They might be
Yeah.
top 4. They
Yeah,
might
they would be.
in front of who?
I believe they would.
in front of Villa.
Villa then, yeah.
So they're not even doing that much worse than. So I think the depth thing for them is not that
Yeah, I think
bad.
Poet saying depth because you got depth in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
Yeah, they need. What's that, Steve-O?
I heard. You just got to ignore Steve-O. It's cool, Steve-O. It's all right.
That's Whitfield anyway, isn't it?
Man, I can't use my own joke against me. This is mad. It's all right, cool. I got you. 1-0.
Obviously, Leicester and Leeds.
Coming up.
That's exciting. Sorry, Leicester.
No,
and
Leicester
Leeds.
and Ipswich, man.
I can't believe how West Brom are just the same West Brom. I
Dianga's
can't
still there.
believe
Is it
it's
Diagana or whatever?
weird.
It's
Yeah.
still
Oh,
there.
it's
It's cold.
team.
It's cold. West Ham.
You know, Courtney's cousin plays right back for them. Furlong.
Courtney's cousin's Furlong.
Darnell Furlong. If West Brom come up though, you know who comes up with them? Carl Bartley.
Yeah, I see him. He must be his captain. He's must be about
Carl
32, 33.
Bartley's team. I'm sorry. Carl Bartley got to wave them up. I'm sorry. And
Nah,
go.
man. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah, no, come on, man. Lansbury
You
team.
get on Carl Bartley like this.
Paul.
Come on, man. Give him a
Carl
chance.
Bartley back at the Prem.
I think Jan and Villa being at West Brom is worse.
Is
than
he
coming
there?
in the Prem. Yeah, bro.
Wow, he didn't
Come off
play.
the bench.
Oh, did he come off?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing, bro. This guy was doing Nike
Yeah,
campaigns.
but he's still
worse than
33, 34, man. Come on.
Then Carl Bartley allow him.
It's mad how West Brom are the same. Semi Ajayi's still there. Matt Phillips is still there.
They've got a player called Jason Malumbi. Guess what color he is?
Why? Irish guy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look at Kofi at Crystal Palace, though. The world's changing, man. We've got to keep up.
Are Ipswich Town going to go straight back down?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know why they won't? They might. You know why they might? No, I forgot they had a lot of loan players.
It's going to be a lot of
They had
loans.
a loan
They'll
players.
go back into the loan market this
But
year.
they
though.
will loan good quality players. He's the gaffer's good manager.
They
man.
better sign
Louis
Amari
McKenna.
Hutchinson. You might as well just go.
Learn everything he knows at United as well.
So yeah, I think Ipswich will come up. They'll be solid. They'll be good football. I think they'll surprise people, and they'll have a good start. I think they'll have a good start.
Should we go?
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm coming.
Yes.
Say no more.
My nephew plays.
Ed Sheeran's going to be
In the Prem?
hovering over the Prem next year.
That could bring Ipswich back, you know.
Just said.
No, just them being in the Prem and that Ipswich, if you know, you
Oh,
know.
it's already gone up 13%. The house prices up there.
You know,
Is it?
Twanzebe's
Jesus.
part of that team.
Oh, is it, yeah?
But boys, I feel like we're excited about next season, even if this weekend might be a bit. And we got a Euros to look forward
England.
to. We got a whole
England.
summer of
Let's
Euros
watch England
content.
together, man. Like, forget these lot, forget content. Let's go pub.
I go pub, just link me.
Hey, Jordy.
Do you want to jump on the remix of my England song?
No.
Come on, England. Come on, England. Come on, England.
What?
What?
It sounded like I didn't say that.
Is that the remix?
What?
7 over 1.
That's the Bermondsey version.
We want to get the song out there. We want to get it playing around the stadiums.
All
We wanna get-
playlists.
Yeah, bro.
Download stream.
All the money goes to...
Steve-O.
England.
Well, boys, we're excited about the next season. We're excited about the summer, and we're excited about what Steve-O comes up with for the remix
Yes.
and the reboot of Come On
New video.
England.
Serious?
Dubai.
Bro, you have to do it in the most English place possible.
And don't put Lumos in the video this time.
No, but that is New
No,
England.
you gotta come
Jamaica,
out of
bro.
London. We gotta go like Folkestone.
Loons, you in it? Did you come?
No chance.
Where's they're repping? What are you talking about? Mash Time was in the video, blood. Yeah, trust me.
Do you know who we saw when we came off the bus?
Go on.
American Foster. Chucky's cousin. Remember the girl that does all of the
I
TikTok?
know
videos?
that guy, yeah.
She was...
He called her American Foster.
I know. American, sorry.
We go America.
Sorry.
And then he's asking Steve if he knows.
Yeah.
Well, boys, that's a great bonus episode. Play La Bombe this weekend. It'll set you up for next season. You're going to want to play it all next season. Filthy at 5, filthy@5.com. Thanks for coming, boys.
Margs on the remix.
Hello.
Hello and welcome back to the Give and Go. I'm your co-host Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, guys?
Straight from a football match, huh?
Yes, sir. Austin FC against Houston Dynamo, a little Texas rivalry. Just got back from the game, and just a little quick review.
Go for it. How's Austin looking, man? I didn't get to watch the match. How's my local team looking, bro? We looking good?
Yeah. Let me be honest with you, bro. MLS at its worst. The game ends 1-0, so that's the positive side. Austin defeat Houston. It was a nice little corner kick. The ball bobbles in the box, and the one and only Driussi gets on the end of it and puts it home 1-0. But that was it. I mean, Stuver had a couple of good saves.
He had a couple good ones. Ring hit the post.
Yeah,
On a goofy shot.
He did, yeah. None of it was really intentional.
And then Rubio almost had like an insane one from outside the box, floating.
Yeah. But there's like no build-up play whatsoever in this match. Everything was forced. It was just get it to the wing, send a ball in the box, maybe. And Houston put in the most annoying away performance, and I'm sure all of it was purely intentional. By the way, they started time wasting in the 10th minute, dude. Like the goalkeeper was just super slow to put the ball back into play. Every time the ball went out of bounds, the Houston player just walked to the ball to do a throw-in. That's the type of tempo that was set in this match, and just considering how Austin have been playing this season, they're not really ones to try and change that tempo early in the game. So I'd say a good 60, 70 minutes, it was just kind of, a very chippy game for sure. No fluidity from either side. Houston had a lot of the ball. It took Austin 20 minutes to get the ball. 20. That was, again, that was the tempo that was set at the beginning of this match. But as always, the crowd really does energize this team in the last 15, 20 minutes. And on low key, I think that's why we won this match. I think the crowd won Austin FC
on a Wednesday,
match.
Bro?
On a Wednesday, yeah.
Rivalry week presented by Continental Tire. Everyone showed out?
Yes, sir. No, honestly, yes. Everyone actually did show out.
That's
I was
good.
expecting like a lower attendance for a Wednesday night, but no, man. Listos Verde completely showed out, bro. And the crowd was immaculate as always. The match itself, pretty low quality. But hey, Austin FC continue their perfect home record against the Houston Dynamo.
That's the thing. I'm not surprised that Houston trying to make it chippy right away, because when you really think about it, Austin owns Houston, bro.
Yeah.
They own him, especially at Q2 Stadium. That's now 5 straight victories for them against Houston Dynamo at Q2. This is ownership. This is citizenship of the Houston Dynamo. And so be it. I love that they won the game. Shout out to Driussi getting that game winner in the 86th minute. And, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed your experience, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I was with former coworkers, hoping the game would be a little bit more entertaining. But I don't know, maybe I take them to a Copa America match or something. Something a little bit higher level for sure.
While you were dealing with the annoyance of a Houston Dynamo side that was just trying to frustrate Austin FC, I was busy watching Chivas versus America in El Super Clásico Mexicano semi-final matchup once again at the Estadio Akron. Can't believe we got this matchup again, bro. Can't believe how routine it has become, especially at such a big part of the Liga MX season. Truly a gift to not just Chivas and America fans, but to fans of the league in general, because this matchup is just top notch. That red versus yellow matchup always looks so good on paper and on screen. So I got so excited. I got so hyped when I saw that Chivas defeated Toluca and now got set up to play against America, our biggest rivals. And slowly I've been building that classic Reynoso optimism when it comes to Chivas, man, because as we've been building ourselves this season, we've been looking a little bit better and better and better under our new head coach, Gago, the new head coach who came in, bringing in a new attitude into the team, and it's been really exciting to see, specifically El Piojo Alvarado playing his best season, in my opinion, with a Chivas jersey. Just got the call-up from the Mexican national team as well, but then more importantly, our defense playing incredible football so far with, now after today's results, 6 straight clean sheets, and Orozco getting the call-up for the Mexican national team as well. plus our goalkeeper too, Rangel. El Tada Rangel, bro. I was really
Wow.
surprised. So our defense has actually been one of our best traits, one of our best attributes this season. And that's really interesting because that's usually not the case for Chivas, especially going into a matchup against America. And so I was really interested to see how do we perform against a team that, like Austin dominates Houston at the Q2 Stadium, America has low-key dominated Chivas at the Estadio Akron for the past 5 years, you could say, man. They've dog-walked us in our own stadium multiple times. So for me, I was just interested to go into this game to see how do we perform against an America side who's been up and down, especially in La Liguilla, who ultimately didn't win their matches to get there, but went through because they were the higher seed. And what I got ultimately ended up being a match where I really wish and I really think we should have won by 1 goal, man.
Yeah.
We should have won by 1 goal. I think we outplayed America. I think America went into this match with a very defensive mindset, looking to just approach on the counter. And they got close on several occasions where they did generate good chances. But overall, this was Chivas' game at home. They had the crowd behind them. They had the confidence. And they created a ton of chances. They just couldn't finish them, man. They just couldn't finish them. And it sucks because although on the positive side we kept America from scoring and from dog walking us in our own stadium, there is a reality where we have to go back to the Estadio Azteca, where we have performed well, Chivas specifically have performed well, but have to defeat America because they have the higher seed. This is a much better situation. I think America has the advantage going into the second leg. And so I'm not going to say we need a miracle, but we need to play really, really well to take down this America side. It's open. It's wide open. The opportunity is there, but I do feel that we missed a big one today.
Yeah, I think if you're a Pachuca fan, you'll probably say very similar things in the sense that you missed a really big opportunity to beat America. Because America low-key have not been in great form. Not at least in the top-tier form that they were mid-season.
That we know them to be, bro.
Exactly. So, I didn't see the game, but I could imagine if you had a good game, you dominated portions of it, you probably should try to beat America knowing that you have to go back to the capital to play them. But that sucks, man. Where America, did they craft a lot of chances?
No, not a lot. I would count like 2 notable chances on the counter, bro.
They've been playing weird.
Quinones didn't even start, bro.
Yeah.
They started the Dutchman, man. The Dutch guy.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
I don't even know how to say his name, but they started him instead. And
Javito or something like that. Yeah,
dude, they were really interesting in this match. I thought offensively it just looked like a completely different America side. Completely, bro.
It was the same against Pachuca. They looked completely non-fluid, and they were just like giving it to Valdez, and he'd try to find somebody on the wing. There was no fluidity to their game, no real rhythm. Quinones was once again on the bench. So, I don't know, America are playing very, very strange. Low-key giving me choking Monterrey Liguilla vibes because they were so good in the regular season. Now they're low-key choking it right now, but the quality remains for America, and it might be enough to just get them to a final.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the wake-up call and they show up in El Azteca and they just completely show out and play really well against Chivas, but I'm starting to feel that classic Reynoso optimism start to infiltrate me. I just cannot deny it, bro. I cannot be objective when it comes to El Rebaño Sagrado, bro. I just can't. Somehow I'm having visions, man, like the fucking Lisa Nagaib. I'm having visions of Pavel Perez, of Kate Cow, of Chicharito, of fucking Roberto Alvarado.
Yeah.
Somehow celebrating at the Estadio Azteca and getting a fucking result. So, man, this matchup on Sunday, I believe, is going to be a banger, bro. A banger, a must-watch moment for Liga MX. And I can't wait, but I am going Chivas, my friend.
Speaking of playoff football, let's go to the other side of the world, brother.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, we're going to do a 24-hour trip here. The AFC Champions League final first leg happened this past Saturday, and I need to talk about it, bro, because this was one of the best Asian club football matches that I have seen. What a brilliant football match. And, you know, we talk a lot about finals being very cagey affairs. This was the exact opposite. End to end, both teams just going at each other, and there were some really fluid moments, some beautiful combinations from both sides. And just the moments that happened in this match, I think really elevated this match. And it was in front of what, 60, 70,000 people in Japan.
Man. They finally showed up.
They finally showed
Thank
up.
God.
And we can talk about that later because my goodness, have they not shown up in the Eastern Zone. But they almost made up for all of the bad matches that have happened this Champions League in the AFC. This one game almost made up for all of the games that have been a little boring this past season in the Champions League.
Commentator mentioned that they hosted the 2002 FIFA World Cup final there, man. In
Yeah.
the Yokohama Stadium. So I wasn't aware of that, bro. But you could feel it. It was like it's like the Asian Olympic Stadium, where it's like this massive, massive field, and then the stands are pretty distant, pretty far away, but it just gives this massive just feel of like a bowl feel to the stadium. It's really cool, and it really encapsulated the final atmosphere that we were hoping for.
Dude, it really did. And I think that atmosphere made both teams' players just show out, bro. Let's look at how both teams kind of got to this final, because I think the tactical perspective of this match was so intriguing. Al Ain have gotten here by beating Al Nassr and Al Hilal, scoring 4 goals and 5 goals against those teams respectively, and they've done it in transition. They absorb a ton of pressure, and then they head out. And when you have players like Rahimi, Matias Palacios, Kaku Romero to feed that man, it can be done. And you see those quarterfinal matches, those semifinal matches, Al Ain were brilliant in transition. But here's what was really cool about Yokohama's approach in this match. They wanted to test that theory. Harry Kuehl, the coach of Yokohama, played 2 attacking midfielders, Nam Tae-hee, the Korean, and Uenaka, who has just hit the scene, behind the Brazilian front 3. That's 5, count them, 5 attacking players to see how much Al Ain could really absorb. The first 10 minutes, all Yokohama. And it was just insane to see, because Yokohama kind of looked a little shaky against Ulsan Hyundai in the semifinals. I was very curious to see if they were going to go at Al Ain, who looked brilliant against Al Hilal. But oh my God, dude, Yokohama showed up. But here's what's crazy. It was Al Ain who got the first goal. And who was it? The one and only, the Moroccan on the break, as he has done this entire knockout stage, Rahimi, who gets on the end of a ball, completely outruns the Brazilian defender Eduardo, tries to get a shot off, it gets blocked, but then it was Abbas who hits the rebound home. And Al Ain take a really surprising 1-0 lead in that moment, only 10 minutes into the match. But Yokohama, they didn't let that frustrate them or change their mindset whatsoever, because they still maintained the majority of the possession for the rest of the half. And dude, they crafted a lot of chances, bro. Yeah. And it was even so much so that it was actually 1-0 going into the half. But dude, Yokohama should have felt so hard done on themselves that they did not equalize by halftime, because they were just sending balls over the top. They were finding Anderson Lopez in pockets of space. Uenaka and Nam Tae-hee had a lot of the ball in the midfield. It was so awesome to see. Jan Mateus was just turning on a dime. Elbert cutting inside. Yokohama looked brilliant. Yeah. Now, what's funny is that I was going for Al Ain in this match, and I still have them winning the whole thing. But the way Yokohama were playing, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Yokohama in this game just to root for them, because they were playing such offensive football, and it was so beautiful to see.
But for how offensive they were, they met the brick wall of Calidesa.
Yeah.
And so that's why I couldn't turn like you did. I couldn't turn because that to me, that man has symbolized just a great goalkeeper in the AFC region. And Rahimi specifically, man, watching him in that first half and how he scored that goal and how he generated opportunity, he's literally AFC Mbappe.
Dude, yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Just like full pace. And then his finishing ability is there. He got a good shot on goal. It was a better save in my opinion. Yeah. The rebound comes up and he scores and he finishes it. But the threat that Rahimi poses, it feels the same when I watch him chasing a ball when he's on it as when I watch Mbappe in the Champions League as well. It's actually kind of cool to see. It's just in different regions, so it's a different quality of level. But that really stood out to me when watching Rahimi in that specific game, because it was really cool to see just how he utilizes his best traits to completely neutralize that Yokohama defense to get that goal. But beyond that, Calidesa was incredible in that first half. I want to make sure we give him credit because he is the reason for why Al Ain had a clean sheet at halftime. But unfortunately, he couldn't sustain that for the second half.
No, dude. And Yokohama were flirting with that equalizer. They really were. The first 20 minutes of the second half, though, they kind of let off a little bit, but Harry Kuehl made a couple of changes, and those changes have proved to be very, very effective. It reinvigorated this Yokohama team, and they're able to get back on the score sheet, tied at 1-1 through my boy Uenaka. A beautiful ball from Jan Mateus finds the Japanese player who puts it home very beautifully off a header. And I want to take this time to really highlight Uenaka right now because he had a really good goal in the semifinal. A year ago, he was playing in J2. Now, a year later, he is in the AFC Champions League final, popping off in the knockout stages. He shows up for his team here in the final, at home in Japan. I think this guy has a bright future. I believe he just turned 22 years old. If he keeps going on this trajectory that he is on, I could see him playing in the Bundesliga for sure. He's got the skill. He's very comfortable on the ball. Always look for nice short little passes, but he's not afraid to go for goal. He scored a banger in the semifinals. He gets a really good header here in the final. My boy Uenaka is playing top-tier football right now.
Anything to say about Mateus? 2 assists in this game.
Mateus,
showing
man.
out, man. And
Dude.
he sent that beautiful floated ball to Uenaka to get the goal.
Yeah, Mateus is a really interesting player because he tries a lot. And a lot of the times he fails, like whether it's a dribble or a really ambitious pass, a lot of the times it never works out. But since he just has so much tries, so much attempts, he does some really good stuff. And he does have the skill set to be effective. It's kind of, he's honestly like the winger version of Anderson Lopez. Like Anderson Lopez gets a lot of chances. That's why he's ultimately a good goal scorer, but he's just ultimately not that clinical. And I think that's why Yokohama didn't get a goal in that first half because ultimately I think the front three just are not clinical, at least not as clinical as our boy Rahimi for sure. But they showed up in that second half. As you said, Jan Mateus finally found his form, getting those 2 assists. But yeah, man, Yokohama ultimately flip it and win the game 2-1.
Yeah, they flip it completely, and credit to them. That second goal was a bit wonky with a finish with a fucking knee, man.
Yeah.
Finish with his knee with the ball just kind of ricocheting to him, getting to the back of the net. I thought it really represented just how sports can be a game of inches because before Yokohama tied it, Alain nearly went up 2-0 on a very, very tight. He was offside, but very, very tight offside called by just an inch, whereas the Yokohama forward was counted onside for his second goal. That was also very tight, but rightfully called. So really a game of inches. This could have shifted completely, but Yokohama's game plan ultimately worked out, and they end up pulling off a 2-1 come from behind result at home in the first leg, and I just can't take away credit from them for that because that is an incredible achievement given the context of how they got to that stage.
Yeah, I was so impressed with their performance, genuinely. I didn't think they had it in them to play this well, honestly. I knew they had good players. They deserve to be in this final, by the way. I'm not saying that. But just the way that Alain had been playing and the way Yokohama had been playing, I just didn't know they had this in them because offensively they were so creative, and thankfully they were able to show for it by getting 2 very massive goals. They now take that lead and they're going to go to the UAE for the second leg, and honestly I expect the second leg to be just as exciting. Harry Kuehl has to start the same 11. If he tries against defensive with it, I just think Alain are going to get a goal, and if Yokohama don't have their best offensive players out there, they're not going to be able to respond. So, Harry Kuehl, do not change your offensive scheme. Do what you can. Get more goals. Alain have been leaking goals all knockout stage. Keep attacking them.
I don't think realistically thinking, I could see him approaching the game and low-key parking it.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see him doing with that because that's what we usually end up seeing in these situations.
This always happens.
Away from home.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I think, if I'm being real with you, I think that's what's going to end up being the strategy from his point of view, and I agree. It'll be the wrong one to sit back and allow this Alain attack to go out you with that vigor, with that violence that they have at their own stadium, it's a very dangerous thing to do. I agree. They have to go full on, full throttle, attack them the same way they did, and make it a shootout, honestly, because they can't score goals.
Yeah, I completely agree. Make it a shootout. Also, just fun fact, Ange Postecoglou coached Yokohama.
Really?
Like 3 years ago.
Oh, pretty recently.
Yeah, he won the J League with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew he won in Japan. I never knew it was Yokohama.
Yeah, I
had no idea.
just found that out because Harry Kuehl is also Australian, so
Wow.
he's like another Australian coach for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be very curious to see his approach in this second leg. And for Hernan Crespo's side, I think it's just do what you do. Absorb pressure. Let Yokohama have the ball, even if they have a defensive scheme, and head out on the break. Be a little bit more aggressive because I thought they were a little shy in this game. I can understand that being on the road, but be more aggressive. Really utilize Rahimi and just go out. This is a final, man.
Yeah.
I think the players will understand that, especially since they're at home. They're going to have that advantage in this second leg. I don't think they're going to shy away from this opportunity, and they're going to try to bring back the AFC Champions League trophy for the first time in 20 years.
Damn, dude. 2
Yeah.
decades?
2 decades.
I will say, I'm interested to see, because I actually have no idea about his status report. Where's Eric Jorgens?
Dude, I know.
Where is he at, bro?
He went off injured, remember, in the second leg
Is
of the
that
semifinal?
what this is from?
I guess, and I'm pissed because I thought he'd have enough time to recover, man. And yeah, if you don't have Jurgens is like basically a secondary winger,
He's
man.
like Draymond Green. You know, like it's like the cog engine, the centerpiece of this Alain side.
Yeah.
A fullback that is not afraid to go up and be basically a second winger.
Yeah.
An incredible Brazilian player, and he was gone in that first match. And that is something I wanted to say.
Yes.
Obviously, credit to Yokohama, but I do think the absence of Eric Jurgens was notable because against those Saudi teams, the reason they were able to take down those Saudi giants was because of guys like Eddie Jurgens and the way that he completely outclassed other teams' fullbacks and just had that IQ, had that finishing ability as well. Drew penalties. My God, this guy did everything offensively.
Did everything, man.
And he just wasn't there for this game.
I know.
So I want to see where he's at. Luckily, the next game is still a while away. I think it's like 10 days still away. So there is time to recover. I just have no idea what his status is.
I have no idea. You know what's really frustrating about AFC club statuses is that there's almost no reports. I look, bro. I look because there's players who are just always missing, and I'm like, okay, where is he? And I look, and the most recent article on them is like 8 months ago.
Well, that's because of gambling. The NBA has minute-to-minute injury updates because of all the fantasy gambling, the daily fantasy, all that bullshit. Who's gambling on Asian football in the U.S.?
I would.
Realistically.
Let me reach out. If I could get
they would give you that info.
day-to-day status reports, bro, I'll gamble. I'll give them all my money, bro. I swear.
I really think he improves the chances of Alain winning if he's playing, and I hope to see him on the pitch.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I don't think this is an exaggeration. For me, he's been the best fullback in the entire AFC region. And I'll say his counterpart up top, Rahimi, has been the best forward in the AFC region. Alain have an incredible team. Their midfield is, so well drilled. They have such a good plan when they play against anybody. That's why I really trust them to ultimately flip this tie and lift it. I know Yokohama put in a really good performance. I hope they play the same way, but I'm going to go with Alain lifting the trophy.
I'm with you. I'm going Alain. Hey, it's crazy we live in a world where either Hernan Crespo or Anderson Lopez will lift a trophy and one of us will be mad.
Hey,
those are rivals, man.
Yeah,
our enemies.
Yeah. Man, I'm just not a fan of Lopez, bro. I'm really not. Dude.
I had a random dude DM me and be like, "I'm gonna need that Anderson Lopez apology letter when Yokohama lifts a trophy."
Bro,
I was like, "Damn, bro."
He had in this first leg like 2 opportunities to make a really perfect pass to wide open players, and he got selfish. But that's the thing. That's Lopez's game. He doesn't have vision whatsoever. I'm not criticizing him for that. I'm just saying he has limitations, and those limitations piss me off.
Is Heung-min Son a hero or a villain?
I'm going to say neither, bro. I'm on the side of the Premier League that says Arsenal shouldn't have put themselves in this situation. I'm sorry. There's just, I don't care. Yes, obviously, Son missed a one-on-one situation. And if you back yourself as an elite goal scorer, you put that away 99% of the time.
And he does.
And he usually does.
He usually does.
But if you're Arsenal trying to villainize him, blame yourself. You shouldn't be in this situation. And if you're Manchester City blaming or praising Son, I mean, you'd hope to say that you would have won the game even if he had scored. See what I'm trying to say here?
I guess, but there is a very real aspect to this where Stefan Ortega put in a fucking masterclass coming off the bench and putting on incredible saves. My God.
Yeah.
The reaction it created out of Pep Guardiola was one I've never seen before. Now a very popular meme going all across the internet with him just losing his mind on the fucking sidelines.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing to see.
Dude.
But that's what caused it, was this clear on-goal Heung-min Son chance that could have tied the game and then made it questionable as to who would have won afterwards. Therefore, Arsenal potentially getting the lead in the title race.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked the question. Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, absolutely, but I'm still going to mainly just praise Ortega, as you kind of just did. I mean, he immediately comes on and makes a really good ricochet save. Like, immediately. He had 1 minute to really feel himself out. And I was like, okay, damn, like, that was important, because he had just come onto the pitch. Ederson, really frustrated they had to get off, and I understand it. But, dude, Pep's emotion was brilliant to watch on the sideline. I haven't seen him like that in a while, bro. Oh, my God. But, I mean, that's what was at stake. Manchester City win this game, and you'd think they now win the Premier League.
Yes, with the two remaining fixtures now between both these sides, Arsenal is facing off against Everton, and Manchester City is facing off against West Ham, who I believe is in like 9th or 8th place. They do have the tougher matchup on paper.
They do.
But is it the tougher matchup in reality, knowing that Everton tends to step up in moments like this, man? They were the team that took Liverpool out of the title race just a couple weeks ago by defeating them at home.
True.
Both games will be at home for Arsenal and Manchester City, so they have that advantage as well. Is this as simple as both teams are winning and thus Manchester City is winning another trophy, or is there going to be some chaos or some drama on the final day, man?
I just saw a TikTok of the reliving of Manchester City's first title win a decade ago, where the famous Aguero, where United had momentarily secured it, but then 2 stoppage time goals, Manchester City completely flip it. I'm not saying that happens, but my goodness, it'd be crazy if it was the reverse, where Manchester City experienced what they did to United over a decade ago. That would be ridiculous. Yeah. But my money is that doesn't happen, right? My money is that Manchester City, one of the best Premier League teams of all time, secure that legacy as such and lift their 4th straight Premier League title.
Yeah, dude, I think it's kind of cool how in the Premier League, Arsenal ends up having to rely on 2 London sides to pull a result so that they can ultimately win a fucking championship. That's crazy. Like, these are your rivals, and now you're going to be rooting for them. There were Arsenal fans rooting for Tottenham just a couple days ago. Blasphemy considered in some countries. And I can understand, bro, because you would never think that. But I love that that's what the Premier League creates, and football in general creates those type of scenes, those type of moments. West Ham does have the capabilities to potentially surprise, potentially get a draw, maybe even a victory away from home against Manchester City. But I just think these matchups are going to be incredible to watch. I don't know if they'll be as dramatic as what it was 10 years ago or even a couple years ago when Liverpool was vying for the title and Aston Villa went up 2-0 on Manchester City and then Man City came back. I don't know if we'll get that, but fingers crossed we do, man, because I'm here for the drama.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But to go back to that point of Arsenal relying on London clubs to do it, the atmosphere in the Tottenham Stadium against City was really weird, man. It was, at times, dead silence. And I think it was because there was a weird energy for the Tottenham fans, because it's like, all right, if we beat City, then that means our rivals Arsenal have a really good chance to lift the trophy. And then if City beat us, okay,
maybe
we let...
Champions League.
Right,
Yeah.
and then we let City just lift another trophy in our stadium, right? So I think if you're Tottenham, I understand why there's just really bizarre energy, because at the end of the day, that game was just a reminder that Tottenham had another weird season, ultimately.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an improvement on what it has been for Tottenham, but the fact that they weren't really in contention for anything going to this match and only City were, I think kind of just reminded that, Tottenham still need to do a lot better.
Well, I was surprised this game ended up being as dramatic as it was, because you look at the results they got against Arsenal and Liverpool, games that people were building up to be potential, big title decider moments. Arsenal completely mollywopped them, and Liverpool got an easy result against them as well. So by the time Manchester City arrives, it didn't feel like they really posed the same threat that we thought they would, that would ultimately decide the title race. So I was surprised that there was a moment where Heung-min Son almost did. And for that, I think Tottenham. But for the rest, I'm I'm ultimately kind of pissed at them for not being more of a threat to these other teams.
Yeah, dude, such a good point. And maybe that's why going into this match, I was like, City will probably win this because of those really poor Tottenham performances that have happened in the last 5 weeks. Yeah, I completely agree. And I that had to have been on the mind of the Tottenham fans, knowing that, like, all right, we've been playing like shit this last month. Can we really beat City? It is crazy that Tottenham honestly put in a really good performance. Like, even outside of that Son chance, they probably should have scored a goal.
Yeah.
Like, let's be completely honest. It wasn't just that Son chance. There was other opportunities that Tottenham were able to create against Manchester City, but they didn't put away a single one, unfortunately, for Arsenal.
And when called upon, Kevin De Bruyne steps up once again with a beautiful assist to Erling Haaland, who just walked the ball into the back of the net, essentially wide open. But it was that pass that completely broke the defense. Kevin De Bruyne, one of the most efficient players in world football, showcasing his class once again. That just had to be mentioned.
Absolutely. And when Haaland scored that second goal, the penalty, the way that the City players celebrated, man, my God.
Oh, man.
They were fired up. They're about to go into the stands and fight Tottenham people, man. It was insane. They were so passionate in that moment.
But they had this boss-like fucking juju to them, bro. Like, their nuts were hanging, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the way they were walking, like, we run this fucking league. And I'm not even a City fan. I'm really not, but I can recognize greatness, and that's what that felt like a dynasty at its peak in regards to the Premier League.
100%. And I think that's why I cannot go against them in the final match day. I just can't go against that energy, that type of boss-like mentality. They go away knowing they need a victory, and they still get it done. I think the same thing will happen this time. They'll be at home. They'll lift the Premier League title. It would be crazy if anything else happens, but let's not project anything here. Let's wait till that comes, and we'll be here to see what happens on that final match day, man.
City 2-0 against West Ham. Arsenal 2-1 against Everton. That's how I see this thing happening.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's how I see this happening. And one more thing to note, Aston Villa qualifying for Champions League football. Congratulations to Unai Emery and his side, doing an incredible job since he came in and just completely revamped this squad after Steven Gerrard had them in a really weird phase in a post-Jack Grealish world. Unai Emery comes in and revitalizes his team to what is ultimately a very, very impressive season. Congratulations to Aston Villa fans.
Dude, yeah, what an accomplishment for Villa, especially considering the amount of money that they spent over the last two transfer windows to get pretty much an immediate reward from that money spent. I think is immense. Like, that doesn't really happen often, but Villa, they get Emery, they get a couple of players like Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby, and you're still able to keep players like Ollie Watkins, for example, and they all perform at a very high level for you. Like, that's incredible. And it resulted in Champions League position football for them, man. Like, that's huge. All I'll say is I just hope they maintain their overall level of performance that they put on the league, because I'll be honest, I think the performance against Olympiacos a little concerning, bro.
What the hell was that
What
about?
the fuck happened?
That was their
there,
golden
man?
opportunity to win a trophy, be it a Conference League trophy, but still a trophy. You're a Premier League team in that tournament. My rule is if you're a Premier League team in the Conference League, I require you to lift the trophy because of the level of quality in that tournament. The fact they failed in that semifinal and the way they did, conceding that many goals to the Greeks, no offense, should not have happened.
It shouldn't have happened. And low-key, I would say this entire calendar year, so like the last 30% of the season, they've dropped off a little bit. Let's be completely honest, even in the league. So I just hope that they don't drop as far off as Newcastle, because at the end of last season, Newcastle were on top of the world, man. So all I'm hoping is that they maintain a high level and have a really good Champions League appearance, because ultimately Newcastle didn't, but I want Villa to have a really good showing next year.
I wouldn't be that concerned. I think if anything, I would direct that concern to teams like Stade Brestois, who qualify for the Champions League. Shout out to them in Ligue 1.
Hey, shout out,
getting Champions League football after an incredible season, but those are the type of teams I'd be worried about in UCL, my friend.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of SDS. It is the penultimate Premier League roundup of the Premier League season, and we're nearly done, and I know the boys are very happy to see this segment go for a while. It'll be back in a couple months though, I can assure you. But as of last week. Obviously, Sharky, we have now changed the format. Now I'll be asking questions to the table, and the boys will be giving me answers if I deem it sufficient enough. As my co-host, I've got Faisal next to me.
Nice to be back.
Oh, Faisal on the rhythm right now.
What
was that? That's it. Yeah, you like that one, yeah?
I like that.
I'm happy you did.
I like that.
And opposite us, we've got Ilyas.
Why didn't Faisal get a clap?
Huh?
Why didn't he get a clap? He's part of the furniture, though, man.
That's
true. Part of the furniture, man.
And
Why did I
next
get a
us,
clap? No, he's right. Why didn't I get a clap? Wallah.
No, you were clapping earlier.
Fuzi was clapping from Islington.
Can I get a clap? No?
Fuzi was clapping for Islington.
Can we go back?
Yay!
Faisal!
Pity clap, man. I have to ask for a clap.
And it's Ilyas! Yay! Well, that's all the time we have for today. Next up we have...
I appreciate it. Can we clap for Liban? It's his birthday today as well. Liban on the rhythm right now. 36 years of age.
Damn, he's old, man.
Sorry, 39.
Oh my god, he might be 39. You might be right.
Yeah, true, man. 39 years young, man.
Close to your age, to be honest. He's almost caught you up. He's almost caught you up. You're Iraqi age.
Yeah. You're deceptively older.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Take it however you want.
I'll take it as a compliment.
But as always, guys, if you want to check us out audio, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon is in the description below. If you want to check us out on visuals and you listen to us on audio, come over to YouTube. STS is where you can watch us. But let's get into the first question I'm going to pose to the table. Obviously off of the weekend's fixtures. Is the roof closing in on Ten Hag?
Oh, I like the playing words there. I see what he did there. The stadium, you know,
I do see what he did
the
there.
rain, you know,
It was flooding inside my
that
stadium.
was crazy, you know. Change rooms, mash up.
Floods
It's
in
a
my stadium.
flood inside my city.
Flood inside my city.
Flood in my city is crazy, but
But there's a band I like, and their concert had to be called off because I think it's in Manchester as well. I think one of the things they got flooded as well.
well, there you go. But then again, Manchester's known for its rain, but you gotta have some kind of infrastructure that keeps the rain out.
What's wrong with Manchester?
Hey,
So
man.
Manchester got a
What's
lot
going
of
on?
rain.
Good city, but
161, man. What's going on, man?
I
But
don't
listen,
know. So I can't speak for the whole city, but yeah, Old Trafford is just. I remember when I said a couple of months ago, not even a couple of months ago, when Arsenal got knocked out of the Champions League, and there was other fans who were laughing about Arsenal. I was like, these guys are a continental laughing stock. We are an international laughing stock. If your own stadium has flooding cascading down the stairs of Old Trafford, and then it's just water just coming from their sky down straight down to the people, it's a joke. People were waiting in the stadium for ages to make sure they don't get soaked. It's just a testament to what's happening at Manchester United over the last 11 years, because today is the anniversary of 11 years since the day that we last won the Premier League.
How old were you when you last won the league? 13?
Well, yeah, was it 30 years? 14 years old.
14
years old now.
I was 7 years old.
When we last won the league, innit?
Yeah.
Didn't watch.
I was about to say, you can't
No,
be
no,
saying
no,
that.
Faisal,
Lie to the people like that?
Last time you won the league, 36 years old, man.
Oh, that was just the other day. That was just the other day.
And it's your 36th title as well, man. Mashallah, bro.
36 for 36.
There you go, man.
That's too many leagues, man. That's a whole lot of leagues. Too many leagues. But yeah, it's just testament to what's been happening at Manchester United over the last couple of years, and like the infrastructure is obviously people might call it a small detail, but it's a larger image. It's the poor recruitment. It's the poor ownership. It's the poor people who were custodians of this club. They were messing around for about 10 years.
I would say it's poor fans as well.
The fans are poor for the roof.
Yeah, I'll say it's
Why is that?
Because there's V-Band on the table right now, so it's not that big of a problem. The infrastructure is fine.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Hey, but you didn't know Liban's architect.
You
didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. He knows everything about that kind of stuff.
That's
No,
true.
yeah.
True.
He went to the state last time he went to Old Trafford. I don't know when that was. Last time he went, might have been with
Chelsea
you.
game last season.
Chelsea
yeah.
game. He checked the stadium. Like he stood outside. He was doing this.
Oh, the dimensions.
He was looking at the dimensions. He was
The
like,
valuation. Not
that's
how
good. Yeah.
When that man go to value houses,
Yeah.
just go into
He went to value the stadium, and he was like, you know what? We're gonna ride the storm with this.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's been
This
riding
one
the storm.
can ride the storm.
He's been riding the storm because it looks like Ten Hag's gonna stay.
potentially.
It's
It's
looking
still
I
up
can't
in the
lie.
air, I don't know.
From what the ex-players and stuff are saying, I feel like that's gonna sway the opinion of the new owners.
It's encouraging, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
Like who
it
said it?
didn't
Rooney
sway
said
the-
it. Rooney,
didn't sway them
Neville.
when they all believed Ollie should stay. It didn't sway them then.
But I think them saying Ollie should stay, it looked more of like we want our friend to stay, not more of we want a good manager
Yeah,
to
I
stay.
agree.
I'm not saying Ollie was a bad manager, but it was more of a there's a bias
Yeah, that's
towards
a leg
Ollie. Do
stamp,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true, that's
But
true.
with Ten Hag, none of them are friends with him.
Yeah.
A lot of them have criticised him a lot.
Yeah.
But they're still saying let's give him next season. What worse can you? What's the worst?
We have to
thing that
remember
can
what
happen?
era they're coming from as well.
Yeah.
They're coming from a time where managers were given
Stability.
time.
You need that stability,
to build something, and when they had it, they were able to build a dynasty. I don't know if football can go like that much more
Nah,
in the
I
future.
think football's done for
I think
that.
that dynasty age is done. But yeah, United are way off right now. Because I know one of the other things we were going to ask before off camera is about how far we are away from the top two teams.
Yeah,
which is
that was going to be the
City
next
and
one. How
Arsenal.
far is the gap between Man United and City Arsenal for you?
And like, we have United have finances. United have the resources available to be good in windows. That's not been a question because we spent more than $1 billion since Sir Alex Ferguson left. It was about who was spending that money and how they were spending that money. The future now has to be with Ineos. They will get it wrong at the beginning, and I've been on the record saying this. I don't expect them to get everything right from the first signing. I don't expect that. But during this time, they're going to have a couple of windows where it might, for a project like Arsenal's, for example, where finances were restricted to begin with, and then you have to make do with what you have. Yeah. United's one could be accelerated in that. So United fans can take some solace in the fact that potentially, if it's 3 years, maybe 4 or 5 windows, Man United could look better. That's not a doubt. It could be the case. They would have to commit to this manager. They would have to fully finance him because, like I was saying on the watch along when I called in after the Arsenal game, I think it takes a lot for a Ten Hag team to look successful in the Premier League. I think players have to have a high technical ability. They have to have a high athletic ability. They've got to be able to run 80 yards every single game, 38 games in the season, and also 3 days between each game. That's just obviously that's top level football standards. But United are so far away from that. It's going to take a lot to back this guy, and especially with his style of football, because he wants to be gung ho, front foot, press, all this kind of stuff, and be high risk, high reward. You're going to need a lot, not just technical players, athletes at the highest level. United. Also, with this, the gap between these two teams, you look at City and Arsenal, the systems that they have right now, built by these two managers who deserve huge amounts of credit for it. That is the standard. And although United fans talk about DNA all the time, what United DNA is, we should play this style of football. The first part of United DNA is winning.
Yeah.
Like, it might change with the times. There might be a time when possession football is in fashion all of a sudden, or is counter-attacking football in fashion. The good thing about Alex Ferguson, he's adaptable. He could do whatever was necessary for whatever. If Mourinho came in, he was able to adapt again and
Wenger.
Or Wenger as well. So United could be 3 years away from anywhere being close to competing with those two teams.
But I think that 3 years is the best.
That's good.
Scenario.
That's good.
That's the best case scenario.
That's if everything.
That's if everything goes to plan. Because
optimistic.
Like it happened with Arsenal, it happened with City. You buy those stopgap players. Remember City when Pep first came, he got rid of Joe Hart and he put Claudio Bravo. Didn't work at all. But it was like, this is the style I want to play. Then he got his Edison. Arsenal, we wanted even Araya is in goal now. It was Ramsdale's the stopgap. Now we've got Raya. Even though there's still two different style of players, but it's still. That's the way I want to
You might have a mistake, and like I say, that's what I say.
Pablo Mari as well was another one. Left-footed centre-back that could play out the back, etc. Blah, blah, blah.
You need to wait until you get Gabriel.
You need to wait till Gabriel. But for you guys, I think that's the best case scenario. There will be players that come in that don't work.
Yeah.
And will you blame Ten Hag, or will you say this is just part of the process?
Listen, this all depends on whether they agree that Ten Hag is their man or not. But let's say that they do. Again, it depends on what their transfer policy will be, because we know that they're going to have to negotiate something out of his contract, which is that veto, which he had. It's in his contract and he's got a year left. They're either changing the contract or they're agreeing with him, which doesn't make sense because Ineos have said we have a game model, we have a plan that we want to follow, and the manager has to agree to that. So, if they want to agree with Ten Hag and say, okay, we're going to get you these players X, Y, and Z that suits your style of play, then I do still expect some mistakes being made, because Ineos is their first real huge major sporting project. I know they had some club in. They had Nice and they had another French team, I think, that they had. But this is their first major big job that they had. And I know they're bringing in experts and best in class. It's going to take time. Relationships for them to get understand each other, understand what they want from each other. So I don't expect everything to work incredibly quickly. But the differentiation between Arsenal and City, I think United probably lie somewhere in the middle, which is not as good as City were in terms of the finances that are just, it seems like untapped amount of money, right? But it's not like Arsenal where they had to make do with this signing. So I think it'll be somewhere in the middle.
Would you rather, as a fan, would you rather have the long term, which you guys have been riding with Ole and Ten Hag, and then would you rather do the Chelsea strategy, the short term? Because I can't lie with the Chelsea being worked out, you know. Short term.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Todd Bowley.
No, short term manager.
Abramovich, no, but Abramovich is different.
Yeah.
Abramovich is different. That was arguably probably is the best owner.
100%.
He was the best owner. It was like,
100%.
you want this, you get it, we win. If it doesn't work, bye-bye, we get the next guy who wins. And,
I agree.
You know what I mean? Always work.
That's my point. Like, would you rather, are you happy with the little dynasty long-term manager? Ole then work out, all right, cool, wait 4 or 5 years. Now, Ten Hag, wait 4 or 5, or would you just rather bring
Go back
somebody
to your short-term
to show,
success.
boom, can you win us something ASAP?
But then they're not gonna have the untapped money that Chelsea had. Do you know what I mean?
You don't
They
think
have
so?
the money, but remember, they don't spend. It's more of money we generate, we spend. Chelsea was whatever Abramovich wants to spend, we're spending.
That's true.
He didn't care about
That's true, but
100 mil player here, take the 100
But
mil.
surely
Do
with
you
the
know what I mean?
new, with the INO space, surely with the new, they wanna impress, they wanna showcase to the fan base.
course,
Yo,
yeah.
we're here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, here's 100, here's 150, here's
I
200.
don't think it will come from Ineos. I think it will come from just Man United in general. Man United
Which-
generate so much money every
exactly,
year.
I was
They're the
gonna
biggest
say.
club in the world. They're always.
But they spend, though. United
They spend a lot. No, but that comes from how much money they generate worldwide.
Revenue.
That's my point.
The
That's
Asia
my point.
market,
Yeah, that's my point.
obviously the British market, the European market. They make so much money. So
Yeah.
Ineos, I don't even think really have to dip into their pockets that much. It's going to
think-
be more about who these guys that who's it, Ashburn or Ashworth or whatever.
Dan
his name is.
Ashworth,
These
Jason
random brothers that
Wilcox,
are these guys that he named
Jean-
on
New people.
Twitter.
Jean-
Like the camera,
was it?
yeah,
So David Brosworth.
the camera goes on the team and he's like, yeah, that's Jimothy and this is my man over there.
Jimothy.
And then I'm like, who are these random brothers? But they're all guys that work. Are they getting appointed to these higher roles?
Yeah.
It depends on. And you lot signed the Man City guy, right?
Yeah, Omar
Or you
Brada.
got-
Yeah.
It depends on what those guys do in the future.
Yeah.
Because you can sign all these guys and they might still get
Yeah,
it wrong.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
it goes back to, is it Ineos' fault? Is it Ten Hag's fault? It's the same cycle. So
Right.
they want to get out of that cycle.
Right now, Man United's in a bit of financial pickle. We haven't been spending in the last couple of windows for Ten Hag. I know he's
Again,
asking for
loans, free transfers.
Exactly. The Amrabat, the Weghorst, the Sabitzer, for example. So United are in a bit of financial constraint now. So I'd argue potentially he might have to dip into his pocket for the beginning to see if United stay afloat. But when we move past United being in a healthy financial situation, which is why Jean-Claude Blanc has been brought in.
Who is that guy?
This the guy. He did the
are
work.
these?
Who
are they?
Worked with
Who
Juventus.
are these hayans?
Working with Juventus' finances and PSG's, this is someone who's got pedigree in finance in football.
Yeah.
So that's what his job role is, to sort out the money.
Right
Right?
off.
That's what United have to do.
So you didn't know about
And
that.
to answer your
He's a
question,
casual. He's a casual.
He's got a master's degree. I know he wants to do that. Come on.
listen, it's a good job, man. I'm sure it's well paid as well. But to answer your question about long term or short term, it depends on what the state
What
of
do you
football.
want?
I obviously.
He wants winning.
He
Just
wants
long
what's
term.
best for
the reason
United
the reason I was a Oli fan is because I wanted him to stay long term. I wanted the project to succeed. Obviously, he had a ceiling and whatnot. All these things happen, right? But